Chuck, nice to meet you.
Hey Chuck, I'm Vince.
Vince and Jake, okay. It's been about 8 years since I've used camera controls.
NUC Sports.
NUC Sports, yeah.
All-American football game.
Is that what it's officially called?
Yeah. You could call it the Showcase.
It's called All-American Football Showcase.
Good luck to both teams today.
Okay. I mean, it's going to pick this up, right?
Yeah.
Can't go live on this.
Are we having a choice that we got to start soon?
Well, I imagine when the players go to the field for the...
It'll pick it up very faintly in the background. I can turn our headphones down a little bit. You ready to go?
Yeah.
Alright. Let me start the streaming and then I'll do you when we're ready. Alright.
Everything that we're saying is going out on my mic.
Okay.
Good
to know. Good morning. We are live from Municipal Stadium Larry Kelly Field here in Daytona Beach. We will be having an entire day of NUC Sports All-American Football Showcase, all-star football players from all around the country at the high school level. I am Vince Mercandetti alongside Jake Schwartz, and Jake, we have 3 games today. We'll be taking everyone through each of them. This 10 a.m. game starting here in a few minutes, sophomores and juniors to start. And then at 1:30 we will have the 7th, 8th, and 9th graders. And of course at 5:30 under the lights, the seniors. And we will get to them a little later. But for now, starting here, 10 a.m., this game kicking off shortly. 10th and 11th graders. Jake, what can you tell me about what to expect in this matchup?
Well, I think overall, just to start, I think it's a great showcase of a lot of talent from around the nation. A lot of these kids have traveled from around the country to come out on this beautiful day in Daytona Beach and showcase their talents. As I said, this group itself, comprised of a lot of 10th and 11th graders, they have a lot to prove today. I mean, if you think about it, they're going to be going into their junior and senior year after this game. This is going to be one of their games they get to kind of compete with other people around the nation to see how their skill set really does shine. And I think it's going to be a great day today. There's a lot of kids out there that could be potential future Marcus Mariotas, Eric Ebrons, who have competed in this type of game. And I'm really excited here to see what this group brings.
You mentioned a nice day, certainly better than it was yesterday. We are over 60 degrees here in Daytona Beach. These kids from around the country, a lot of them used to it. I mean, we're talking, kids from the Northeast, New Jersey, New York, kids from Oklahoma as well. But the Florida kids we spoke to yesterday did some of the interviews. Not so hot on the temperature. It was frigid yesterday. Today a little bit better. Still cold by Florida standards. But we did get a chance to speak to a few players, seniors in particular, yesterday. These kids are excited. I mean, this is, again, all-stars from around the country. They get to work with people they've never worked with before, get coached by coaches they've never worked with before, and it should be a pretty good game. It seems like everything's come together in a short period of time. Coaches yesterday telling us that the practices were going very well, considering they've had about 3 days to learn a playbook.
Well, and I think that's very interesting, right? Because, I think what's underrated in the game of football is the value of the playbook. And there's a lot of complex plays, a lot of complex schemes, different sets, and the coaches have to come out here, have a few days to kind of shorten their playbook down, take a few plays, and kind of add different options and stuff like that, and get the group together. What's cool though is, as we were going around yesterday in the cold climate, is that a lot of these kids are already very familiar with the types of play calls, and the experience does kind of set in with them being experienced football players. The talent's really impressive, so I think you're going to see a lot of delivery today. As we're watching practice right now before the game starts, there's a lot of long balls being thrown, so I'm looking very much forward to the passing games today. A lot of crisp route running. Yesterday when we were walking around, I think we expected to see practices that were, two-hand touch, very taking it light. But these kids were not taking it light, and they were going fully at it. They were ready to rock and roll. They're getting pumped and amped for this game. You can't help but feel that atmosphere and really make it want to be your own. So it's going to be really interesting to see what they bring.
And that was particularly true of the sophomores and juniors really going at it yesterday. They were not holding back at all. We are just about ready to get started here. Captains have lined up at center field to begin the game. And very shortly here, there should be a kickoff. This is North versus South. North will be seen in the blue jerseys with white pants. South wearing the red jerseys, also with white pants. So that's the matchups. Those are the matchups to look forward to today. Practice is once again winding down, and we will begin shortly.
What do you think the sort of pressure on the referee to flip the coin right is in a game like this?
I'm going to say they probably have a lot of practice down pat at this point. I'd like to think they're pretty mechanical at it. So here we go. Looks like sides have been chosen. Handshake at the 50-yard line, and we are once again just about ready to get started. Just to go over the rules a little bit here, it is 12-minute quarters, 4 quarters, 25-second play clocks for the most part. Scoreboard is active here today at Municipal Stadium, and these kids have to be excited. I mean, this is a major field, a lot of major events taking place here, probably a bigger field than maybe the kids, except possibly in Texas, are used to playing on.
It's definitely a really nice area. I gotta say, I mean, overall, the NUC Sports organization is extremely professional. They've greeted everyone with warm smiles and handshakes, and making sure everyone has all the right equipment. It's really cool to see the directors kind of talk with the kids, hang out with the kids, make sure everyone's taken care of. A lot of parents and going up and making sure they care very passionately about their kids as well. And throughout the whole process, they've just been very cool. There were some definitely cool moments yesterday, very Rudy and any given Sunday-like speeches taking place from this organization. It's very important. These are young men and women that are playing in the professional sports arena. It's a sport that is meant for leadership, and we're looking today to kind of see who those future leaders are, not just on the gridiron, but also outside of the gridiron. And they definitely conveyed that message, and I couldn't say thank you to the whole organization, but just a very classy professional setup.
It's been going on since 2010, NUC showcase that is, as mentioned previously, Marcus Mariota, players like Johnny Manziel, Blake Bortles, Eric Ebron have all come through this organization and performed in the showcase that we're about to bring you today. So a lot of potential here. It's very likely someone who's on the field today is probably going to make it big, if not multiple players. So that's exciting at this level to see as they develop kind of throughout their high school careers, or in the seniors' case, throughout their college careers. And yeah, I mean, it's a lot of excitement. NUC does a great job. This is one of their showcases throughout the year. You can catch videos that Jake and I had yesterday. The practices, some interviews as well on the NUC Facebook page as well as their website. More information about the organization, but this is one of the prominent all-star performances for high school football throughout the country. And I know the players have come, as we've mentioned, from all around the country to be here today and perform and do what comes natural to them, which is use their competitive edge and compete against the best of the best. So should be exciting. Sophomores and juniors, as we said, starting off here. They are getting ready for kickoff. It looks like the south side will be kicking off to the north side to begin the game. North headed from the scoreboard side. Scoreboard's at their back. They'll be headed towards the flagpole side. South, of course, defending on that side. So just about getting ready to kick off here. Football is set. Teams are set.
North versus South, very Game of Thrones-like. I like it.
That's right, very Civil War. You're just missing the gray uniforms from a Civil War standpoint. There is the kickoff. It is kind of a squib kick of sorts. This will roll through to the back of the end zone, and it will be a touchback. So North will start with the touchback to begin the game.
1st and 10 for the North.
Message is received from 404-451-9885.
That was Kellen Grave de Peralta with the kickoff, number 93. We'll keep an eye on that. Not a lot of kickers in this showcase. Not a lot have come out, so the kickers are going to be at a high premium throughout the day. We'll keep an eye on them. We saw some pretty good ones yesterday during practice.
I think he's pulling quadruple duty. They don't have many kickers, and he's going to be kicking a whole lot today. Yesterday, really impressive. That young man had a strong leg on him, booting that ball up and down the field.
Here we go. North getting set up for their first play. Quarterback out of the shotgun position. Defense is lined up in a 4-3, and there's a quick handoff to number 9. He is tackled, a 1-yard loss. Nothing really there. It's going to be a 2nd and 11 from the 19-yard line. That play just sort of didn't work at all as South was ready for it.
Yeah, number 9 read that play. That's Devontae Pickard with the tackle there. He's a junior, and that was quite the impressive tackle to start.
There's Elijah Dawson on the run. He's actually a quarterback, but on that play was trying to run it there, didn't get much. We are once again out of the shotgun, 2nd and 11. Again lined up in a 4-3, kind of a split defense. There's Hike, there's the throw. It's along the right sideline. Is up for number 11. It's a jump ball.
Ooh.
And there's a wrestling match at the 48. It looks like it's caught. We're going to see as the referee removes the scramble here.
Well, after a quick run on 1st down, they go to the pass on 2nd, a deep outside route along the sideline.
That ball is caught. It is Cole Bunicci with the jump ball catch. I mean, he literally caught that just by having a couple of inches onto the quarterback there. Major 1st down, and the North here in business. 1st down from their own 48, or 47 is where it's officially marked, as they're on the move.
Right, and they got Cole Freeman. This young man has really good potential. You saw a strong arm on that throw. And oh, wow, that is an incredible hit by number 40 as the play develops.
Brutal hit there, our first of the game. There, he's going to get some congratulations for that. Number 40 on the south side with a big tackle there. That was Jaden Lopez. Quarterback for this game for the North is Cole Freeman, Jake, as you just mentioned, and we've heard a lot about him coming into this game.
Yeah, he's bright young man, a lot of integrity. We got a chance to talk to him yesterday in an interview. Very well spoken. You can tell he's definitely polished. He's on his way to having a great career.
Freeman out of the shotgun again. Here's the craziest part about him. He is actually a freshman playing in the sophomore-junior game.
Yeah.
A lot of high rating about him. We've gotten a lot of positive feedback, so he's going to be someone to watch. Especially the footwork. I mean, he's got a lot of things going for him as far as 9th graders go at the quarterback position. Just very advanced for his age, very good family, and of course from New Jersey. So we're gonna support that. Freeman now from the 48. There's a throw to the left side. He's got a man open. That is caught across the 40, 30, 35, and that is he's going to be taken down at around the 25. A 1st down, number 81 for the North.
Beautiful. That was a semi-screen there by the outside wide receiver who stopped the defensive back number 1 from coming in. That allowed the receiver to get outside, make the easy over-the-shoulder catch. That was a beautiful toss by Freeman.
Jean-Piero Oriolo on the catch, his first of the game. We're going to have fun saying that name throughout the day. And with 10:37 here to go in the first quarter, 1st and 10 from the 27. So North now officially threatening here against the South. Freeman once again out of the shotgun. That seems to be where they're comfortable. That's a handoff, inside handoff, and a little bit of a gain there by number 7, David Martinez. And it will be a 2nd down and long coming here.
Well, that was a quick run play up the middle, but number 53 was waiting for him and just gobbled him up. as he got a few yards, but that was one heck of a tackle there.
4-yard gain.
4-yard pickup there on the handoff. So far the passing game seems to be working a lot better than the running game, but of course the North's going to look to establish both. Freeman once again, handoff up the middle once again, number 7. He's going to run it. He's going to get to the edge a little bit. Nice little penetration there as he gets inside the 20. Didn't look like there was much there for David Martinez, but he pushes ahead and gains a few yards.
Zach Everson stepping up there, or I'm sorry, that's, well, we're going to look up that. David Martinez there on the run again, and that was a great run. He was able to get on the left side of the edge. He's able to pass through a couple defenders. He got swallowed up around the 18-yard line, but that was a nice run to the outside.
Pick up a 5, 3rd and short here, 3rd and 1. Expect another run. Freeman fakes. He's going to take it himself, and it's going to be close. A little hesitation there on a fake handoff. Not sure if he got it. I would think they'll go for it either way, but it looks like Freeman is coming off the field. Maybe just to get some signals here. A little bit of a switch there on the north side. It is actually a loss of 1, so it's going to be a 4th and 2. No special teams out here, so they're going to stay on the field and go for it. Big stand for the South if they can make it. Freeman once again out of the shotgun despite 4th and short. He is going to hand it off, and it is a tackle in the backfield. Beautiful tackle there. Turnover on downs. Martinez had nowhere to go. Just an excellent play over there on the south side, and it's going to be a turnover on downs. Looked like Jaden Lopez came in and blew that play up.
Christopher Hill there on the tackle. Wow, 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 wow. Read it all the way. You know, interesting play calls. Freeman was hot on that drive, making a few completions there down the stretch, and they went to the run on 3rd and short and 4th and short, and it did not faze Hill at all. He was able to come in and get a credible tackle there to prevent the North from advancing, and now we look to see what the South can do.
So South defense has proven they can shut down the running game. They did not allow much on that drive at all. As you mentioned, the passing game was working. They seemed to abandon it as they got down the field. Now South has taken over from about the 23-yard line on offense here, and we'll get our first look at their side. It's number 11 starting it off at quarterback. And he's got some time. He's going to look to scramble. He's going to go look to get to the outside edge. Now he goes to pass it, and it is incomplete. Losing the footing on the receiving side.
Gabe Winston out of Memphis, Tennessee. Quite the impressive wheels on him as he went to the outside there. He was able to evade a few tacklers, but he had to make a quick decision. It's cool to kind of see, you know, young quarterbacks think on their feet. And there he did. He threw across his body to try and hit the tight end on an out route. Could not connect, but definitely cool to see quarterback using both his legs and his arm and on one single play there.
Gabe Winston out of Memphis, Tennessee. He is in the shotgun here. 2nd and 10 after the incomplete pass. This is going to be a handoff, and he is stuffed behind his own player, but able to break loose. Now he's able to break loose some more, and across to about the 34. That was number 30, making something out of nothing. Mallory Pinckney there from Simpsonville, South Carolina. So he was actually stuck behind his own blocker, managed to escape to the outside and pick up a few yards.
He's a big, healthy running back, standing 6 foot tall, 200 pounds, and he used every pound of it there as he barreled through that defense. He ran into his own offensive lineman. It looked like he was going to be down. He's able to recover. Not even his own lineman can take him down.
That was good for a first down, so a whole new set of downs. It is now behind center is how the South's going to approach this one. There's a handoff to the back. It is back to number 30, and it's another first down. So moving the ball nicely on the ground, the complete opposite of what we saw from the North. That's Pinckney again with another first down on a nice handoff.
Well, just as hot as Freeman was for the North there, it looks like from the South we have Pinckney that's really just taking the whole defense with him. He's running around all over this field. He's got 20 plus yards already in this game, making a tremendous impact, representing everyone out there, and we'll see what they look to do. I wouldn't be shocked if it's another run play.
Winston back into the shotgun. He's got 2 wide to his right. They are stacked on both sides, and there's a flag before the play is snapped. We'll see what the call is. I'm going to assume an illegal formation. It is an illegal shift on the offense, so this will be a 5-yard penalty. That'll back them up 1st and 15, and the ball will be moved back to their own 42-yard line, which is where the South currently has it. And here they go again, setting again. So again, 1st and 15, still out of the shotgun. Now one running back behind him. Here is Winston. He'll go through his procedurals. There is the handoff. He is in trouble, and he is going to be brought down. That is, I mean, a swarm of Northern defenders there to bring down Winston. Didn't really have a shot. He had about a second to throw the ball before the pressure started coming.
Justin Lawrence from Macon, Georgia, 6'3", 180-pound defensive end, just squeaked through that hole, gobbled up the quarterback, sat him down, and that's a fantastic read there. You know, run, run, run. The defense is going to expect run.
So now the South's in a pickle here. They're extremely backed up, and it's going to be Winston out of the shotgun. You would think a passing play. 2nd and 18 now. And here he goes to pass. It is a design draw. Winston on the run. He is going to be able to get to the outside a little bit. He'll be brought down at the 42. So it looks like he gets back about 4 yards on that play. And it's going to set up a 3rd and long for the South.
Adam Sedore, the outside linebacker, got in there for the tackle. This linebacking core on the North is really good. I mean, they set up in a 3-4 and a 4-3 on both of these plays here that just ran, and they're stuffing the quarterback on that draw play.
Hasn't been a lot of room for either quarterback so far. Not a lot of time to throw the ball on the passing plays. We saw Freeman kind of with the quick release earlier. We'll see what Winston can do here. Looks like he's been looking to run early. And he's going to be out of the shotgun again. Looks like someone's going to jump. That is the entire defensive line on the North jumping there. We'll see what the call is. It is indeed going to be a neutral zone infraction. So 5 yards there. Nice play call there for the South. That's going to make it a 3rd and 11 from the 46. So they're a little bit closer now.
Linebackers are really eager on that play. They've been playing well so far, and they tried to jump in, get in, and destroy the quarterbacks they had. A little too early there for the penalty.
Looks like a hard count, not a bad idea when they're bringing pressure constantly. Winston is once again out of the shotgun. He's got a running back behind him. There are 4 wide, and once again, designed running play, and he's not going to get close to the 1st down. He will get to midfield. Looks like another pickup of about 4 yards. That's going to set up a 4th and 7, and you would expect some sort of punt coming here from the South.
Well, it looks like the South is really known for their wheels, and that's what they're using here. I think they've had 1 pass play so far. Looking to do some shifting out. Pinckney's coming back in the game. That's that strong running back, and we'll see if he's going to be able to take the ball for about 6 yards and get a 1st down. I'd be surprised if they went to pass here after how their run's been doing so far.
Absolutely. Here comes the South once again. I do not see a punt, or yeah, this should be a punt, just a shorter run. No, Winston's there now. So we are not seeing a punt here from the South side. Winston's going to throw over the middle. It's caught by number 14. He's on the run. This is a 1st down and more to the 20. He is brought down at the 15. He had 1 man left to beat. A terrific play and a 1st down for the South.
Unbelievable play there. They called a slant route on 4th down. The whole defense, and myself included, were expecting the run. It did not happen. They read that defense very well. Slant over the middle, caught by number 14. And that was Trayon Jones Jr. from Shreveport, Louisiana. That was a heck of a speed burst by the young man for an easy 25-yard pickup.
Here we go. South set up at the 15. Inside the red zone. Winston once again on the run to the left. Winston right there. Pickup of about 5. So we have a 2nd and 5 upcoming from about the 10. A nice chip towards the red zone there.
What a beautiful catch on run play that previous play was. Right over the middle, the defensive backs were split out, and just used his speed to get to the middle and almost got to the end zone there. The safety caught up to him. And now, after a good run on 1st down, looks like the South is going to be threatening here to get in the end zone.
Here they go lining up. Winston is going to go in the shotgun. Empty backfield. Interesting call, and now it looks like they're going to discuss it. Timeout on the field from the South side. So our first timeout of the game. 4:43 remaining here in the 1st quarter. 2nd and 6 from the 11 for the South. We still have no score, although the South is threatening.
Well, so far, it's really early on in the game, but it looks like it's a battle of pass versus the run. The North definitely bringing the pass with Freeman, and the South bringing up the run with Pinckney and Winston. But what they're doing beautifully is setting up the pass. So that's why the defense was caught a couple plays ago. When you run the ball consecutively for as long as they have, about 7 or 8 plays in a row, you're going to expect that, and that's where you're going to get the defense caught looking to execute some great pass plays.
We've seen a nice mix here from the South side on the offense. Some running plays, a lot of designed runs by Gabe Winston. It looks like that's kind of his comfort zone, is maybe looking for the hole with the running game and then pass second. Although we have seen his ability to get out of the pocket and still throw the ball on the opening play. So tricky quarterback to cover. North doing their best, although we've seen some holes in the running game. From the South side's created some holes, I think, due to the mobility of Winston that we didn't see when North was on offense. We'll see if they can keep it up here. Winston out of the shotgun. They're out of their timeout. Player in motion, number 24 for the South. 2 wide to the right, 1 up on your corner of your screen on the left. Number 2 in motion. It's a handoff, number 24, and he is tackled immediately.
Wow.
I mean, that was speed from the northern side on defense. That looked like number 17, Darrell Tripline, just came in and immediately made the tackle.
Well, Darrell Tripline came in. He came running all the way from Philadelphia, where he's from, to make that tackle. On the outside, no one saw him coming. They had the option there, and they sent someone in motion to kind of divert the defense. They didn't buy it at all. Easy tackle behind the line of scrimmage.
No brotherly love there. We have a 3rd and 14 now from the 19, so this is going to be tough now to get into the end zone. But Winston out of the shotgun. He has number 24 back there with him behind him. And he's going to be passing the ball over the seam, and that is way overthrown. Intended for number 14, and not really any chance to make the catch. That's going to bring up a 4th and long.
Well, intended for Trayon Jones Jr. there. He was the young man that had that great catch play over the middle for about 25 yards. He looked to go to him for the touchdown there. A little overthrown. It's cold outside. Could be, the environment getting the best of him. But we'll see.
South lining up for field goal number 93.
Setting up for a field goal here, it looks like.
So our first look at the special teams, 19 the holder for the South side. And we are going to see what we presume will be a field goal. We'll see if they try and draw them offside to stay closer, but 4th and 14, you would think this is a legitimate attempt from the 19. That puts this at about a 36-yard attempt, and the South's going to bring on some substitutions here to get ready to protect.
Could be the first points of the game. Here we go.
This one is up, and it is good. Right to the right side. South strikes first with a field goal. They're going to take a 3-0 lead. So nice field goal attempt there. Converted, and the South is on the board.
Well, Kellen Gravide Peralta, like we talked about earlier, our solo kicker out there on the field, was able to boot it through the uprights, and that's an easy 3-0 lead there the South is going to take.
So nice start for the South offense. It got stalled. Credit to the North there. Zachary Davis, by the way, from Alabama, was the holder on that play. And South strikes. Now they're going to be going back to the kickoff. Kickoff in this game is going to take place from the 40-yard line. And North comes onto the field, their special teams to receive. So second kickoff, the first one of the day, was not returned. It just went through the end zone. This is the South kicking for the second time, as they also had the kickoff to begin the game. And everyone lining up, and here comes the kickoff. And this is going to be a pretty good one. This is going to go back to about the 1, and it'll be kneeled as it was received into the end zone by number 3. And the North once again will take the touchback.
Well, the North has to come back out here and kind of capitalize on what they started on their previous drive. They had made a lot of really good completions. They were having the offense rolling. They were calling hurry up. They were moving the ball very well. They couldn't get the running game going as much. And let's see if the coaches can call some better plays here down the stretch to keep that passing game alive.
North lined up here, out of the shotgun. And there's going to be a handoff. We have a new quarterback in. There was a handoff, though, and a pretty good gain. Nice little penetration there for the running back on the north side. Kind of tough to see his number. It looks like 23. He has a towel hanging, covering his jersey number there. But a nice start on first down for the north.
If that is 23, that's Elias Horta from Denver, Colorado. He's a sophomore, a shorter sophomore, but definitely has some wheels on him. Picked up a nice chunk of yards there.
2nd and 7, gain of 3. Although Horta had to battle for every yard that he had. And here comes the throw. It is a lob to the left side. It looks like it could have been caught. It's still up.
Oh,
and it might have been
my
intercepted.
God.
We're going to see it's going to be called, ruled incomplete. That was an interesting play as it was kind of resting on the north receiver's stomach. And the south came over to try and intercept it. It looks like his foot was out of bounds. It's going to go as incomplete, 3rd and 7.
Was Jermaine Curse in the game there? I couldn't tell. Was that
Very
ball?
Curse-like on that catch attempt.
What a play. They ruled it incomplete. It looked like a catch from the defensive back, but we'll see as the offense looks to go with the passing game still here.
There's another deep throw. This is way overthrown. Could be intercepted again, and it is just incomplete. Number 20 on the south, closest to it. That pass intended for 17. So a quick 3 and out there for the north. That was Karis Saplys, who was brought in at quarterback and just could not form a rapport there with number 17 on his own end, Darrell Tripline, who we just saw on defense. Now we're seeing him on offense, and they're unable to connect on either attempt.
Karis Saplys, he's from Toronto, Ontario. So most of these young men and women are coming from around the country. He's coming from a different country, so he should be the one that's probably most adapted to the cold. We'll see what he's got for the rest of this game.
One would hope. Now, we've been tricked on this before, but this does look like a legitimate punt coming. 4th and 7. North only at their own 28, so it makes sense. 3:06 to go in the first quarter. Not a great drive there. Bringing in new personnel, it didn't work out very well. But here comes a punt. Punter set at about his own 18. It's going to be a normal 10-yard hike, and this is going to be a non-defense punt over to the 41. So in the All-Star rules, for numerous reasons, one of which obviously is safety, they do not actually try to rush the punter. It is just a punt as far as they can get it. It is caught, and then that's it. There's no return either. So don't want to risk injury there on special teams. The ball was punted to about the 41, so consider that a punt of about 37 yards, and the South will take over from there.
Well, the North has been passing, the South has been running. I pretty much want to guarantee that the South is going to be running here, although they did switch their quarterback. Who's in right now? That looks like
Number 19 on the South. So this is something that will happen throughout the game. They're going to be switching probably by the series. This is a handoff. Doesn't really go anywhere. A rugby scrum, not a pickup about 1 or 2, as the North quick to swarm in there.
So Zachary Davis, junior from Alabama, is in at quarterback right now.
Davis in, his first play was a handoff. We didn't even get to see who carried the ball because there's just about 5 defenders in on him and another 2 trying to push the pile. So there's no gain officially on the play. So from the 41, 2nd and 10 here. Davis back, kind of discussing the play still as they head up to the line. He's behind center. He's got 2 behind him. And there's going to be a stoppage of play here. Looks like a football got loose on the sideline. So referee throws it back to the sideline. Here we go. 2nd and 10 from the 41. Davis behind center. 2 behind him, 2 wide. This is going to be a handoff, a little delay. Now it's going to be a pass. He's going to go deep. He's got a man. That is caught by number 82. He is free to roam. 10-5. Touchdown South.
Hail Mary from Alabama. That was incredible. Snuck it right over 2 defenders going down the field. No one was there. As an out route on the outside fade. And then wide receiver is able to come up with a beautiful pass and catch play, connected on the run. And that's the sort of stuff you look to see from these youngsters out there. Incredible play.
Braden Stone from Texas making things happen, the junior out there. I mean, that was a beautiful throw and a great catch. Had to catch it kind of in traffic, but after that he was free to go. Absolutely no one behind. Great play by the South, great throw, and they are now up with a touchdown there. It's going to make it 10-0 here pending the extra point, which looks like it is good. So 10-0 South. They have struck first, and now they have struck second, and the North will be looking to respond here. Both quarterbacks from the South looking good early.
Wow, Zachary Davis is quite the arm on him. That was about a 45-yard pass play down the middle of the field, hit his receiver in stride. And that was really incredible to watch up this close and see kind of the future talent that we have. I mean, that was like a pro throw there.
That was very impressive. I mean, not only just a perfect spiral, not only the right amount of height there. I mean, sometimes you see when you're at a younger age, you're throwing the ball up trying to go deep, and it's kind of lobbed up there. It takes a while. That was not lobbed at all. That was just a beautiful rainbow throw. And yeah, like you said, hit him perfectly in stride. It's as perfect as throw as an NFL quarterback would make. Here's your kickoff, and once again, no return. This will roll into the end zone, so it doesn't look like the North is going to be attempting the returns anytime soon. But they will take over once again from the 20. So 1st and 10 North, they're looking to respond here. South's gotten on them here in the first quarter. Still 2 minutes and 1 second left in the first quarter, and South up 10-0.
Well, you know, a couple of disappointing drives to start for the North there. I wouldn't worry about it. I'd definitely go right back to the passing game. It looks to be working, and really try to make this defense stay on the field for a little bit longer. That's what they got to do. The defense has been off the field so easily, and they can get a quick score here. It's a really close game still.
North set up behind center, and there's your fake handoff. That was a legitimate handoff by number 12. They were out of the shotgun formation, and that handoff went nowhere. That is Dario Marchica who's in at quarterback. The handoff, though, goes for a loss of 2.
Pretty tall sophomore. He stands at 5'11". He comes from Illinois. He's the 3rd quarterback in the game today for the North, and so far he runs the ball. I'm curious to see what his arm's like, though.
And we should see that here shortly with 2nd and 12 upcoming. One back there with him. Marchica throwing. That's a blitz, and it is going to be an incomplete pass intended for number 9, but not really any shot for Alajah Dawson to make that catch. Pressure coming from number 40 on the south end. He got through unprotected.
Jaden Lopez, not even blocked there. Hailing from Florida, Riverview, Florida. Great. His sophomore linebacker came in on the blitz. No one picked it up. Almost crushed the quarterback there.
Lopez he's been involved in a few plays here early, and North really has not been able to get anything going since that opening drive when they kind of got down the field and it stalled and they didn't score on the 4th down stand. But since then they haven't really moved the ball. 5 consecutive plays of little yardage and no first downs. Here is one out of the shotgun. He's going to throw deep, and that is going to be incomplete. Good coverage there. Really good coverage. No flags down. It was into double coverage, but a pretty good throw there, but broken up. That was Marchica with the throw, and it was protected by 2 different Southern defensive backs there.
Well, they had the tight end down the middle, and it looked like he was going to break away for a little bit. Just kind of, they couldn't get on the same timing, a little bit underthrown. Both defenders got in for an easy breakup there, as that they were playing zone coverage on the last play. Good play called by the defensive coach there.
So 4th down, there's a punt, once again unprotected, and it is a little wobbly, and it's going to take a south bounce. Looked like it could have cleared midfield. Instead, it bounces back in between the 41 and 42 yard line. So South's going to have really good territory. They have kind of ambushed the North here early, and once again, they're going to start deep into, or they're going to start on the northern end already with a pretty poor punt there on the attempt.
The war in Daytona sports here is we're going back and forth to the north and south. It's the metaphors, the analogies are just roaming through my head. This is great.
South in the huddle. We'll see which quarterback they come out with. So far, they've all been pretty good.
It can't go wrong. Who do they have? Number...
Looks like it is or it's going to be Davis coming back out, number 12.
All right.
So we'll see what he can do in his second series here.
That's Samuel Harris, number 12.
Okay, Samuel Harris out there now from the 41. So the 3rd quarterback trips a little, gets to the backfield. Looks like he's going to be on the run. Now he throws on the run. He has a man wide open, number 14. Just great play calling early here from the south side as they pick up a 1st down now across the 30.
Man, number 14, Trayon Jones from Shreveport, Louisiana. He cannot be covered today. That young man has just been up and down the field running very beautiful routes. They had him on an out route there to the right, caught the pass, bailed his quarterback out, who looked to be in trouble. Great throw on the run, though, by Harris, and just another first down for the South.
North kind of on their heels here, and at this point, I mean, it's still early. There's still less than a minute to go there's less than a minute to go in the first quarter, so it's still early in the game, but North defense has just been on the field, it seems like, constantly, because they've had 2 consecutive 3-and-outs on offense now. That's going to start to wear on them as the game goes on. This is a shotgun and empty backfield. 12, it's a fake rush. Now he's going to run to the corner. Pressure from number 54. He gets around it, though, and it's going to be on the run. He's going to break it. He's going to miss a tackle. It's a pickup of about 8, so pretty good job there. Pressure was coming from the right, and he escapes to the left for a gain of 8.
Wow, you got to tip your hat off to a quarterback who takes a hit. I mean, he's a big young man, but still lowered his shoulder on an 8-yard run, and wasn't fazed at all by the linebacker coming up to make the hit. Took the tackle, got right up, bounced back up after a good pass and then a good run. This quarterback's got some promise.
Samuel Harris is, like you said, from Opelika, Alabama, Lee Scott Academy High School, and is a junior, and yeah, he showed some good improvising there. I mean, it was just clear pressure, very similar to the play that the South had on the North earlier when they actually did get through and blow up the run, but this was a passing play, clear pressure from the right. He went in unprotected, and like we said, it's just good improvising to escape to the left there, and then to evade a tackler and turn about a gain of 4 into a gain of 9. 2nd and 1 for the South when they come out of this timeout here, 31.3 seconds. Ball is at the 15-yard line. So they're once again threatening North. It would behoove them to hold the South here to a field goal. Easier said than done, of course, with the way they've been moving the ball.
Well, they got to start getting some pressure, and I don't think they've had a spy yet. And all of the South's quarterbacks are running quarterbacks. I definitely put one of my linebackers as a spy so they can contain him, because that's what's happening. He's drawing the coverage in so he can make the passes downfield.
Setting up it looks like a late substitution here for the South, or no, just a formation shift. So 3 wide to the right, they have 2 on the left, so 5 receivers in an empty backfield. Now 24 in motion, it's going to be a fake handoff, actual handoff.
Wow.
So such a fake handoff, it fooled me. 24 tackled in the backfield there, it's going to be a loss on the play. Would have worked better had the quarterback kept it. He did not, and it's a nice play by the North.
Jammie White, my girlfriend's favorite name from Mississippi. 6'2" defensive end came around there to stop Matthews, who got the handoff. The issue with wearing lime green sleeves and socks is that you're very easily visible on the field. And unfortunately for that young man, Matthews, he got gobbled up by Jammie. But a great play by this defense, a much-needed play as the end of the first quarter comes. And we'll see if the defense can keep this momentum up and maybe even not only prevent the touchdown, prevent the field goal here to stay within 2 scores.
We'll say this early on here through 1 quarter, the coaching has been very good, just in that both sides have really been prepared for the different sorts of looks. North has struggled a little bit, but that's been more a credit to the South's offensive execution than it is to the North defenders. I mean, they've done a great job, and they've really been able to identify a lot of different looks. South giving a lot of looks on the offense, a lot of keepers, a lot of scrambles, a lot of fake handoffs, a lot of actual handoffs, a lot of delayed handoffs. So great job by both teams early on here. This is why they are all-stars. Obviously very easy to learn and coach. And we've got a 10-0 game through 1 quarter.
Just going back to that last play there, I think it's tough as a coach coming into a game like this, like we talked about earlier. You only have a handful of plays. So when you're motioning the wide receiver to come through or the running back to come through, there's probably somewhat obvious by the defense that the ball's going to go to that person. So you can't really blame the coach, you can't blame the offense. Great read by the defense there. Let's see if they can keep that momentum up and escape from this without any points given up.
Empty backfield, 5 wide again, 3 on the bottom, 2 on the top. Ball is at the 22. It's a 3rd and 7. There is the throw to the right side, and it is going to be wide. So nice job by the North there on a pass that is incomplete. It looked like Samuel Harris was trying to hit his receiver on the back shoulder and just threw a little wide.
Well, it was an out route. After a run play, you run an out route. It's kind of a very similar goal there to get some short yardage pickup. And I think the defense sniffed that out because there's 3rd and 7. Exploit that over the middle. That's been working for the North, or for the South all game. That's what they should be doing. Is just hitting slants over the middle.
93 once again out for the field goal. It is up and it looks wide left, and it is. So South does not get to score there. The first time they've been stopped today. That was about a 39-yard attempt, and it was wide left. North will take over on downs there. So a chance here to turn the momentum a little bit. 10-0 early. It's been all South on offense. Maybe this will kickstart something for the North side.
Yeah, Kellen, earlier in the game, the ball trickled onto the field as he was hitting the net so hard from his kicks. He's been on the field probably more than anyone at this point. I think throughout the game, you're going to see that young man come out. A little bit wide left on that kick there. He's got a good, strong leg. We'll see throughout the game if he can turn it around and keep those field goals coming now. 2
field goal attempts and an extra point early on, plus the kickoff. So North coming out here, and it looks like they have gone to number 19 at quarterback. Out of the shotgun. One back there with him, number 9 in motion. This is going to be a handoff on the inside. Pretty decent gain there, gain of about a couple. Just nice to see the North with some forward penetration there, but not much.
Well, they'll take the positive yards. Cole Freeman's out again. That's that youngster that's playing in this game. He's got an arm on him. He's the one that started the first drive with a couple of passes downfield to get this offense rolling. He may be the one to get them back in the game and get some points on the board.
Freeman out of shotgun here is Alajah Dawson, who is in motion. They've been doing that a lot early on with him. Freeman here with the pass is going to go to left side. It was intercepted. Now it's intercepted by a different South defender. Man, they read that play well. Picked off by number 4, and they're going to start inside the red zone of the North. I don't think Freeman saw him there.
No, it was a out route again to the tight end on the right side. The cornerback Derek Gorsuch, sniffed that out. He was right there to make the play, get a bobbled ball in the air, take it for a few yards, and make that interception. And just like that, the North's momentum's taken out from under them, and the South is knocking on their door.
It was actually Fonder and Hollis originally who looked like he had the interception, another cornerback out of Georgia, but he kind of fumbled it into his teammate's hands. It was intercepted anyway. So South takes over once again, deep into North territory. Number 7 out there for quarterback. Little flinch on the defensive line there, but now a fumble and no flag down. It is going to be a loss on the play. There's a fumble by number 34 with the handoff, and Peyton Hatcher, that's on the North side. Fumble on the handoff and a loss of a couple.
Evan Robertson is in at quarterback, and you got Octavian Parks, who parked that ball on the ground, but then was able to pick it back up. He's from Albany, Georgia. Running back looking to make some damage here. He's got a lot of talk about him outside the field. And he's a really good young man. We got to interview him yesterday, and he's looking to make a dent here early. He's got to shake those jitters, though, and take the ball up the middle.
South looking to regroup. There's actually a loss of 3 on the play. So 2nd and 13. There are 2 back there. And here's the handoff. And it's going to be a run up the middle. Nice play by number 54 on the North. He grabbed the jersey there of the quarterback and brought him down before he can escape up the middle. We need to see more of that from the North, is kind of containing the quarterbacks like you mentioned early. And Evan Robertson tried to escape up the middle, and he was brought down.
Well, Robertson on the quarterback draw. Jalen Singleton saw it coming all the way from Louisiana. That's where he hails from. 6'2", he's a big dude, and he's just stretched out, used every inch that he had of his body to keep the quarterback contained and bring him down to the ground.
Robertson behind center. He's got 2 back there with him again. And here we go. It's going to be a 3rd and 15, and he is more or less in the fetal position as North came running, and it's a sack in the backfield. So South goes backwards. Great job once again by the North defense. Not given great field position, but they make it work.
Kameron O'Rourke with an incredible sack there from Loganville, Georgia. He went to archery. He's a sophomore. Wow, what a sack. He came on the outside. No one picked him up. Quarterback was blinded. His running back didn't bail him out. and just gets trucked in the middle of the field. You know, what an incredible hit. These kids are not messing around today.
Looks like the South is going to go with a field goal attempt. So this is going to be a long field goal. They got backed up all the way to the 30, which makes this about a 47-yard field goal attempt.
I like it.
I mean, you might as well. The defense is playing so well. Here's the kick. It is going to be wide or good. Wow. It hits the lower, it went inside the lower quadrant there, field goal unit. So talk about avenging a missed earlier kick. This one about 10 yards deeper, and it's good. So it's now 13-0 South.
People in Peachtree, Georgia are going nuts right now as Kellen just booted that very long field goal. You know, it's impressive to see a young man come out after missing a kick and just make a longer one with no shade of fear at all. It's the utmost confidence. That's great to see. He's got a lot of talent, this young man. I'm really excited to see what he can do.
He shook that off immediately. I mean, that's some boot for a sophomore in high school to be able to kick it 47 yards, but he gets the job done. And like I mentioned earlier, 13-0 South here, 8:37 to go in the second quarter. And the North's going to be taking the kickoff here once again, trying to get something started. We have not seen them strike yet. We have seen them threaten only once on the opening drive, and now they have a turnover to add to the offensive troubles. And here's going to be the kickoff. It is going to be, once again, taken, and it will be down at the 1. So there's no, like we said, there's no special teams returns in this game. So it's just kind of a kickoff, and you kind of see where it lands, and we'll see where they spot this. I'm not sure if they have to start from the 1-yard line or if they'll be starting once again from the 25, and it's just kind of going through the procedure.
Looks like it's going to start at the 25.
They're going to start from 25. Yeah, I mean, that would be kind of silly if you could just place it anywhere you want there. So North will take over from the 25, down 13-0, about midway through here in the second quarter. Looks like Cole Freeman's going to come back again for another drive here, so this will be his third series of the game here in the second with about 21 minutes gone by. Freeman has a running back there with him, and he has a running back in front. This looks like an option play, runner in motion. It is an option. They collide with each other, but he's going to somehow escape. This is number 23 escaping all the way to the 30. Really good run. A nice play there. There was some confusion on the north end. It was a triple option with a runner in motion, so very complicated in the backfield. Two players collided, but 23 gets out there and makes something out of nothing there, and it's going to be a 2nd and 5.
Well, yesterday in practice, we saw Elias Horta as the young man who took that ball there, and about every player on the South with him. He was doing great. I mean, he's got a lot of acceleration. He's a 185-pound stocky dude, but he's definitely a powerful back. He's got speed. He showed every inch of it there in that 6-yard run.
5'5", 185 is not something you want coming at you. I mean, he is small and compact, and showed it there as he just kind of bull rushed his way to a few yards. He's going to remain on the field there with Freeman. He's going to set up alongside him. Freeman's out of the shotgun. And 2 wide receivers wide. He's going to go immediately. He's got a man wide open, and it is incomplete. He had 83 wide open. Jordan Harris there. And just could not connect on the pass. They must have saw something in the defensive alignment because no one was guarding Harris, and you could see his anger. He knows that he had a wide open touchdown if he can come up with a throw. The throw was a little overthrown there, and they're unable to make the play.
Well, Harris, I mean, he's 6'1", and he tried to use every inch that he had to catch that ball. That was an overthrown ball. Fortunately, he had him wide open down the seam. I can't believe the defense blew that coverage. We'll see what Freeman has to come out here.
Freeman's going to do a safer handoff, and it's going to be a nice run here. Another nice run there by 23. And it's going to be a 3rd and short upcoming with a nice scramble to the left there.
Well, Elias Horta is showing those wheels off again. It definitely looks like the defense is scared to make a tackle. You know, they got a short gain here for 1st down. I'd go right back to the young man.
3rd and 3, they do go right back to the young man. He's going to take it once again to left. He has a 1st down more across the 40 over to the 38. So the North seems like they found a formula that's working, and it's in the form of Elias Horta, who has come up and just kind of torn through the field so far into South territory.
Well, he's bringing the Rocky Mountains with him, as he was definitely throwing some boulders there as he took that hit, able to bail forward for the first down.
Handoff back to Horta. They're going with what works, and this is going to be another pickup, about 4 yards. So he's made it all the way to the 35, almost by himself. And it looks like we're going to have a substitution here, number 7 coming in. For Horta, who is limping a little bit, so you hope he's not hurt. He has had a big first half so far and a big drive, and now he can't even make it to the sideline. That is not a good look. As Horta has collapsed around the 42-yard line, medical staff coming out. He couldn't make it all the way, and we hope he's okay.
Well, you know, that's the one thing that you don't look forward to on a day like today. I mean, these young kids are coming out trying to showcase every talent they have. He's a very talented young man, and he's given everything he's got. And so, you know, we have plays like that where a couple of linebackers hit you on the outside towards the out of bounds, come down, looks like it might be a leg injury. Hopefully he's okay. Hopefully it's just a tweak. But you definitely, you know, sit here and hope for the young man that everything's okay.
Both teams kind of huddling along their sidelines while they check out Horta, whose helmet immediately comes off. He's going to be carried off the field. And an applause here from the crowd. But this does not look good for him. Helmet immediately came off. Looks to be in a great deal of pain, although he's standing there on the sideline. So maybe it will be a little bit better. He is limping his way off the field. We will see what happens with him. But, I mean, just an excellent start. He already has really shown enough here in the showcase. Just a great start. He's a hard runner, and he really kind of showed his heart there on that drive before coming out of here with an injury.
He did. Well, Freeman's got to step it up now, as he just lost his running back who's given them all the offense that he had. Freeman's got to step up and make some throws here to get some points to capitalize.
Freeman out of the shotgun will not quite. Oh, it's going to be a fumble, actually, that I think he recovered. So it's been a tough drive for Freeman despite the North moving the ball. Looked like a handoff that kind of didn't work out. It bounced, and Freeman, a very alert play to jump on that ball and make the play, and he's going to go there. One thing we'll say about Freeman, we noticed this yesterday, he has a lot of great leadership qualities early. We saw him go over there and kind of just pat, you know, the player on the back who kind of didn't get that handoff. He's very supportive of his teammates here. 3rd and 8, Freeman once again in shotgun. They're going to try and get something going. He's going to throw it to the left. He has a man, it's number 9. Quickly picked up. Not enough for a first down. It is complete to from Freeman to Alajah Dawson. Once again, not enough for a first down. We'll see what they'll do. The ball's at 34. It's kind of in that fringe territory. I doubt they attempt a 51-yard attempt. I think they'll go for it on 4th and 5.
I think you have to. They're at the 34-yard line. They, you know, got about 5 yards to go to the first down. Dawson, great stretch there to get the extra yards after he looked like he stopped a little short. Great play by the young man.
Freeman back on the field, out of the shotgun. He's got one back with him. He's got 2 wide on the bottom, 1 wide on the top. And here we go from the 35. There's play. There's a flag down. Throws to the left, and that is looks like a mix-up of route there with Freeman and number 17. It's going to be 4th down for the moment. That was intended for Darrell Tripline. We'll see what the call is.
Might have been defensive holding. Tripline looked like he was held to start.
So very quick flag. So it didn't look like anyone was offsides, although that's what you would expect with a flag that quickly. But you could be right. I mean, there could have been a quick holding call at the line of scrimmage. Not sure what the jamming rules are at this level or in an all-star showcase. And we haven't yet. It looks like the penalty is on the south side. So this will move it up. This should give them a first down.
Yeah.
And it is a considerable penalty, a 15-yard penalty as they're moving the ball all the way to the 20. So
wow.
North looks out there, looks like some sort of personal foul on the call. And the North now has the ball at the 19 with a fresh set of downs. Big penalty there.
And there's that young brilliance by Freeman, recognizing the hold, throwing in that direction and drawing the penalty. Very Brady-like.
Handoff Freeman, and it's a handoff. He let someone else take the beating there. Handoff to number 7, and nothing on that play. It's going to be a loss. Handoff was to David Martinez, and he got stopped by a few different Southern defenders.
Christopher Hill is not messing around. That is a very big man, hailing from Georgia. He ran down the hill, a junior, got to the running back on the option, and knocked him down in the backfield for a loss. Great play by the linebacker there.
You always think of that. Although you ask the quarterback, they'll say, "Hey, that's why I'm the quarterback, because I don't have to take that." I mean, he had no chance of going anywhere, but you have to go with the play. I mean, it's obviously not Freeman's fault. So Freeman out of the shotgun is going to be a 2nd and 17 from the 26. He's going to look down the field. Now he's going to move a little bit. Pressure coming. He's going to get rid of it. It's actually caught by number 9. That is a fantastic play by Freeman, as he is able to at least make the catch. It was behind the line of scrimmage, but he was dead to rights at about the 43. It would have been a loss of about 17 if he didn't release it.
I think they're going to call. They're going to call something. That was a brutal hit at the end of the play.
Looks like it could be a late hit. Flag at the end of the play. Looks like the south sideline. Originally, I thought they were celebrating a nice defensive effort. Looks like now they're actually upset about the penalty. So it looks like the North could be moving the ball a little bit more here. Once again, though, great play by Freeman to stay on his feet. He was wrapped up by one defender almost, and he's able to release it. That's a lot of arm strength for a freshman to be able to complete the pass to Alajah Dawson there.
Looks like it was Tony Tolliver that came up and made the hit. I mean, it was a bang-bang play. It's kind of tough to call. Yeah, he was scouting out the receiver. He knew that Freeman was going to throw to him. He was on the run. Hit him about, a second after, maybe a little bit less. So, it's a tough play call there by the ref. I don't know if I totally agree with it, to be honest.
They're going to err on the side of caution here. I mean, Christopher Hill, by the way, substituted off the field there. They're going to err on the side of caution. I agree with you. It was a bang-bang play. But, it probably more of a deterrent, if anything else. I don't think there's necessarily anything wrong there. But nevertheless, it's going to be ball at the 15 for the North. They are in the red zone officially, and they have a first down thanks to 2 costly penalties here on the south side.
Look who's back in the game.
Man, you have can't question Hart there. Here's Freeman is behind center, and back on the field already is number 23, Elias Horta. So he has not, whatever his injury was not enough to keep him out of this NUC showcase here. And Freeman has his favorite weapon on this drive. This has been a long drive at this point. 4:40 left to go in the second quarter. We saw Horta kind of dominate the first part of it, come off the field. He's now back on the field. They're still driving. So that's what penalties will do.
It's exactly what I was talking about in the last drive. They needed to take some time off the clock and make this defense stay on the field. They needed to tire this defense out. And as they put on a 6-minute drive, it looks like that's what they're accomplishing.
That's exactly what was needed, just the way the South's dominated this first half so far. This will balance the time of possession a little bit. But mainly the most important thing here is they have to score. In some capacity, get yourself on the board, get the momentum going. Looks like they're finally ready to go here. There's a little brief delay. And now there's an even bigger delay. And it looks like we're going to have some sort of timeout here.
Oh, looks like the refs are huddling up on the sideline with some of the coaches. And NUC Sports, one of the directing staff, is out on the field. That's Dale Sturgill. He's the man that's kind of responsible for putting all this together. He's going to talk to the south sideline.
As soon as we know more, we will let you know. But there is a stoppage in play here. And just to reiterate, 13-0 South, second quarter, 4:40 left to go in the half. It will be a 1st and 10 when we do resume play from the 14-yard line, so the North threatening as they're in the South red zone.
All right, the result of the play was not an automatic first down. It's going to be 2nd down and about 5.
Looks like the refs were discussing the previous play, so the penalty does not make it a first down. It's going to be a 2nd and 5 from the 14. So yardage stays the same. The down does not. Freeman a handoff number 7, and that is Martinez getting wrapped up at the 12. Pickup of a couple, so a 3rd and short here. We'll see. This is a flashback to the opening drive. They had a 3rd down, and they went to the run twice, got stuffed twice, and it killed the drive. We'll see if they go to the same thing here.
Right back at it. Hurry up, I like it.
Freeman out of the shotgun. Hurry up back to Martinez. It is a handoff, and he is going to push very close to the first down. It looks like it might be a 4th and 1 upcoming, so they did go back to it on 3rd and 4, just the inside handoff. And he will be short by about a yard, a little less than a yard. 4th and short coming up.
I don't know. That's an interesting play call to go right back to the same play that didn't get much. They're able to squeeze a few yards out of it from Martinez, but they need to probably do some pass plays here.
Now out of the shotgun. That seems to be where Freeman's comfortable. He's almost exclusively been out of the shotgun today, even on 4th and 1. So 4th and 1, he has Martinez back there with him, and they are going to call timeout.
Well, Freeman and the coach, it looked like, before the play had started, Freeman was shouting at the sideline to try and get direction. He couldn't get it. He went into the huddle just to they were pressing the time there as the play clock was rolling. The head coach looked a little livid, and I think it's because they couldn't get on the same page. So they called the timeout. Not ideal, but you have a few of them. And they really need to score. So it's a very important 4th and 1 that they need to convert because they're down so much. Instead of going for the field goal, they're definitely trying to punch it in because they're down 2 scores. So the head coach, I don't blame him for calling the timeout there, just to get on the same page. They'll regroup and see what they're going to do here. I wouldn't be surprised if they call a quarterback draw here. Now, I wouldn't go with that, but I've noticed when they've had short yardage, they've gone to the QB draw because the defense has been playing a little bit up. But if you're the South, I bring those linebackers up and stack the box. We'll see what they do.
Well, if you're going to go to the draw, you really should not be in the shotgun. Do a QB sneak of some sort. We'll see. We'll see what they relate. Like I said, it looks like Freeman's been exclusively out of the shotgun since he's been on the field, which kind of makes your short yardage opportunities a little different.
Why doesn't Elias Horta have the ball? Get it to him.
You wonder how healthy he is. He's been mostly blocking. There's an inside handoff to Martinez. He's going to have the first down, so that works out well. They're going to bring it down to about the 5. It was an inside handoff and pickup of about 5.
Not a quarterback draw, but a halfback draw.
Right. So they went back to the inside handoff there. That seems to be the bread and butter. And now to the no huddle. So Freeman out of the shotgun again. He's going to hand it off again to Martinez, who gets a little bit of movement over to the 3. Once again, number 40 on the South in on the tackle. He has been, it seems, everywhere in this game. And Jaden Lopez once again in on the play there to help the tackle, keeping Martinez out of the end zone.
Well, the North has definitely taken the game of inches mantra to the grave here because they are just going same play over and over again to pick up yards here and there.
Handoff to Horta, there he is, and he's able to dodge the penetration in the backfield, but he gets basically the line of scrimmage. We're going to have a 3rd down coming up, and we'll see. They have not let Freeman throw the ball really in the entire red zone yet. 3rd and 4 is upcoming from the 4.
Well, this is where you can see the young man using his leadership potential because a lot of kids in this position probably want the ball, throw the ball. But as we heard Dale talk about in his speech yesterday, Dave talked about, Dave's the CEO, talked about how leaders let their friends and their colleagues and their teammates win, and that's when they're most excited. And it looks like that's what
Handoff to 9, and there is no room whatsoever. It was an in-motion handoff that did not work out for Alajah Dawson. It's going to bring up a 4th down. You have to pass it here, right?
You have to. They've been trying to dodge it all game. What's interesting is up the middle has been working. As much as I haven't agreed with it, it's been working for them. They're moving the ball. And then they call a halfback sweep out to the left side where the South has done a lot of damage. So, if you're going to go out to the outside, you might as well pass the ball, which they haven't done.
The South has not allowed much on the edges.
No.
They've got very quick linebackers, it seems. Really, just the linebackers have been fantastic, both clogging the middle and getting to the edge. There's going to be another... The North is down to 1 timeout here. There seems to be some sort of discussion going on that is not in the category of a timeout. North has 1 timeout. There's 2:15 to go here in the half. It's going to be a 4th and 8. So they lost 4 yards on the previous play, not able to get around to the edge. And we'll see what they call here. There's no sign of a field goal unit at all. So they will be going for it. The question is, what will the play call be?
Shouldn't it be a run?
We saw earlier Jordan Harris was set up wide at the top. I would probably try him. He's got some size on him, and it looks like there's a mismatch there. He's 6'1", 175, Jordan Harris is, from Forest City, North Carolina. I would try him in sort of a slant of some sort into the end zone. Looks like they're going to bring in the kicker, and this is something you can only get at a All-Star Showcase. The South kicker, number 93, who we've been talking about all game, is the kicker for both teams. So he's going to be trying for this extra point here despite wearing the red jersey. For this field goal. The ball is at the 8. This is a chip shot, and it's actually going to be fumbled. They're still going to go through with the kick, and the kick is good. So it's really tough to tell from this angle, but even the fumble on the kickoff, because there's no penetration, because it's not actually a play, you're just attempting the field goal, they just reset it. And once again, a made field goal. So North's on the boards, 13-3. South leads with 1:54 to go in the second. You would think one more drive here coming from the South in a bit of a 2-minute drill.
Is it too early to argue against Kellen Grave de Peralta being your MVP?
You know, he is not a bad fit for the Buccaneers right now. Buccaneers famously drafting a kicker like in the second round, Roberto Aguayo, he not only is he kicking for both sides, which you don't get to see often, but he has been outside of one missed field goal. He's made everything, and he's been the called upon man so far. 3 field goals between the two teams, plus an extra point. Plus he's doing the kickoff duties, so getting a lot of use out of that foot in this game, and it's showing in the score, 13-3.
Well, all right, here they go.
North lining up there. There's the kickoff, and once again, it is going to be downed into the red zone. So,
interesting play call to take the 3 points there. I know it's early, but you had a great drive down the field. Might have gone for a 4th and 1. It looked like on the sideline, Jordan Harris was getting into it with his coach. So I'm not sure if they were going to try to go for that play and then maybe something happened with what they were calling, but they elected not to go, which you called out, to Harris, the tall wide receiver, and instead went with a field goal. Interesting choice.
South back on the field here and taking over. It looks like Winston's back there at quarterback, number 11. This will be his 3rd series of the game. So he's out of the shotgun, one back with him. It's a passing play, and he stays in the pocket. Now he's going to look to get out of the pocket. Pressure coming. He's looking to the sideline. He's going to go deep. It is a lobbed ball, and it is going to be caught but out of bounds by the North. So an incomplete pass. So we're talking about, it looks like that ball got away a little bit from Winston. It was number 93 on the North who almost came up with the interception, but was out of bounds when he made the catch.
Who's Harris? He's playing both sides of the ball. Lothario Overstreet Jr. Was the wide receiver, number 15, down the sideline. It looked like there was some confusion. He lost the ball in the lights. It didn't matter. It was going out of bounds, but that was the intended receiver. It was a rainbow throw. We'll see what they do here. I would probably go back to the same exact play because he was wide open.
2nd and 10 from the 25 once again. They're going to go in motion, number 24. Then he's not going to have much room, and he's going to get stood up. Great play by the North. We have to see the number. It looked like 52 maybe on the North, just would not let 24 on the South go and tackle in the backfield for a loss.
Ref's got to whistle that play dead. He was wrapped up a lot earlier than that. 24 on the play there. That's Cameron Matthews. He's definitely the most fashionable player out there today with the lime green sleeves and socks. Looks like a really cool dude. Young man comes from North Carolina, Winston-Salem. So he's definitely been a big piece so far of their running game. Probably look to see him a lot more featured here. Eventually he's going to get through. His offensive line's not doing him any justice, though.
Final timeout here used by the North. So they are now out of timeouts. I don't think they plan on getting the ball back anyway, although minute 26 and 3rd and 14, if they get a stop here, they will get the ball back, but won't have any timeouts. South still has all 3 of theirs, so obviously intending to convert this first down here, and then you've got kind of all the time you want with the clock. What can we expect here? I mean, we've seen it's a 2-minute drill. They're obviously going to the pass here. Winston has not been able to convert it yet. I would imagine they're just going to go deep again, right?
Yeah, I mean, in an all-star game, you're looking to put points on the board, not be conservative. So I wouldn't be surprised. They've split out Matthews. Watch for him in the slot.
Winston on a shotgun had a bit of a jump, and that's going to be a flag. It's a neutral zone infraction on the north, so that's going to help out. 5-yard gain will bring it up to the 26. It's going to be 3rd and 9. Tough to tell exactly who jumped. There were multiple players on the defensive line for the north who jumped, and the south will benefit with a 5-yard gain, and we'll repeat 3rd down here.
Still 3rd down.
Oh, 5-yard costly penalty. The clock doesn't run, fortunately enough, for the north.
Winston once again out of the shotgun. Here he goes. It's a passing play. He's going to go deep. This one is going to be into double coverage along the sideline. Great defense there. And once again, that's Harris, who plays offense and defense for this north side. And he's going to break it up along the sideline. That's going to force a 4th and very long.
Jordan Harris, he's 6'1". Great coverage on that play. It looked like almost a push-off by the wide receiver. And he still was able to come up with a deflection. Very good.
South here on 4th down, 4th and 9. Looks like a punt's coming, so the North will get a shot here to score right before halftime. 1:20 still left. Of course, they have no timeouts left, but you never know. So South coming with the kick.
While the kick's going on, Dale Sturgill just visited us. We should have asked him what happened on the field there. He's definitely been one of the most important elements of this setup. And just again, we got to listen to a few of his speeches he gave yesterday to these young men and women, and it was really, really special, I think, to hear him talk and kind of give his wisdom. He's got a lot of history with this game and with a lot of camps. But he came up to give us the thumbs up, so it seems like we're doing okay so far.
It is more about football when it comes to these academies. I mean, again, these kids are in high school. They've got the rest of their lives in front of them, and I think NUC in general, between Dave and Dale and everyone else involved, wants to make sure, and all the coaches too. I mean, they have really fantastic staff. They have coaches from around the country who fly in, and they're here just like the kids, learning everything just like the kids. And the impression we've gotten throughout this weekend has been it is so much more about football. It's more about life, and it's more about turning these young men into adult men and responsible ones. So really great to see. And of course it is exemplified here in this game. Good sportsmanship so far. North was done a favor. That was a short punt. They'll start at midfield. Number 20 is in at quarterback, and now not done any favors by number 80 on the south, or number 90 on the south. It's a 5-yard loss on the sack there.
It's Karis Saplys who's back in the game again from all the way from Toronto, Ontario. Switching it up. Freeman led them down the drive for the only points of the game so far, but he didn't really connect on too many passing plays. And as you can tell, there's not that much time left, under a minute now, so Karis is definitely looking to get in there and put some points on the board by his arm, hopefully. Earlier in the game, he did a lot of running, so I'm curious to see what type of offensive plays Coach Mack can call here, because they got a little bit of time left. It's going to be a long 2nd down now, and they're down 13-3. I mean, if they can get it down to the 30-yard line, it might be in range for Kellen, who's been the MVP today so far, and they're out of timeouts, right?
North has no more timeouts. South actually just called their first timeout, so regrouping on defense. Ball's at about the 45-yard line with the loss of 5 there. It was Austin Ruiz Velasco with the sack out of Beaufort, Georgia. He's a big boy, 6 foot, 220 defensive end, and a junior. So that's a big play to start off the drive for the South defense. And 53 seconds still to go with the timeout. And there is the handoff. It's thrown over the middle, and there's no one there. It looked like miscommunication there. There's absolutely no one in the area. There were 3 red shirts around the area, but no one going to come up with a catch there. It's going to be incomplete in the 3rd and 15.
Alajah Dawson was wide open on the slot down the right-hand side. He was going down to the end zone. He was wide open. No one was covering him, but it looked like it was a design play over the middle to the tight end. Oh, man. If they hit Dawson there, they would have been right back in this thing very quickly.
And we've seen that a couple of times now in this game. Some blown coverages that weren't capitalized on. Saplys here is out of the shotgun. He's got 1 behind with him, 4 wide. He's going to go to the left side. It's going to be an inside pass and not much there. Nice play by the defense, wrapping him up there. 4 and 35 on the south with the tackles. And it's going to set up a 4th down with 41.4 seconds. Now it looks like the South's going to start playing with the clock a little bit, call timeouts, and maybe try and get the ball back.
Interesting. 40 seconds left. They might be able to, and depending on, you know, if the... What's interesting here is the North might actually go for it on 4th down. And if they do go for it on 4th down, and they get stopped, the South, unless I'm wrong by the rules, are going to take the ball over in the North's territory. So I don't blame them at all. I think it's very smart to call it timeouts because it's a long game to go, which the North has not been able to do all day long. If they take over, they can score very quickly. Tripping over my words there. Score very quickly, so it'd be interesting to see what the North calls.
It looks like a punt here. Derek Gorsuch, by the way, on the previous tackle from Cuthbert, Georgia. And it looks like, yeah, we are going to have a punt here. That's a smart thing to do for the North. I mean, you're not really... the chances of scoring here with no timeouts at 41 seconds behind midfield and on 4th and 13 are very slim. So why not back up the South and make sure they can't add to the game? Here comes the punt. And it is a good one. This will be at about the 23-yard line, and the South will take over.
Sorry.
So to bring some confirmation, it's not necessarily on the punts, but on kickoffs, if the ball is kicked off in front of the 25, then you can actually, the ball is downed where it's downed.
Got it.
If it's behind the 25, they automatically start at the 25. So the kicker's goal really on kickoffs is just to get it behind the 25-yard line. And that's then where they would start. But either way, there are no returns. As we saw on the punt there's also no returns in that case either. So South coming out one last hurrah here before the half. 35.1 seconds left. 1st down from the 24. They're up 13-3. And it looks like number 19 for the South is back out there at quarterback. And it's going to be a flea flicker.
Nice.
He's going to go deep, and it is short. There's no one in the vicinity. It looked like kind of a rush play with the pressure there, and I don't think it was, he got everything on the throw.
Zachary Davis, who's in at quarterback from Alabama again, looked like he was calling for a penalty there, as the wide receivers were hit very early. So he was looking for a pass interference call. Perhaps, you know, he's definitely under pressure, but didn't get the penalty. 28 seconds left. I'd call a couple more of those same plays, see if you can get the ball downfield.
Yeah, just air it out. Why not? We've seen Davis make that throw before, so we know it's not a distance thing. I think he just didn't get a handle on the ball with the pressure coming, and unfortunately for him, not really any receiver in the vicinity to draw a pass interference there. Davis behind center. He has 2 behind him. They're in the I form. And it looks like we have a stoppage in play here. A referee resetting the play. And here we go. So 2nd and 10 from the 24. Like we said, I form 2 wide. It's going to be a handoff, a dish to number 30. Not much on the play. Good coverage by the North. Although this push, wow, what a push. On a pile push. And they're actually going to get close to a 1st down after all. That was Mallory Pinckney again. We saw him earlier in the game kind of lowering the shoulder a little bit and making plays, and we see it again there.
It's a freight train from South Carolina, and it's not stopping.
No huddle there. Once again, it's a handoff. It's same one. Back to number 30, and that's going to be a tackle. So they actually do stop him, and that's going to do it. Just 2 handoffs there to run out the clock. Pinckney on the run there. Not much to gain, and we have reached halftime here at Municipal Stadium in our first game of the NUC Showcase, the sophomores and juniors. And at halftime, the South leads the North 13-3, and we will be back for the second half in a few short moments. Dale had wanted you to text.
Good morning. We are live from Municipal Stadium, Larry Kill.
Water.
Yep.
Are you still live?
I'm not recording.
A very exciting game. The sun is out now. We'll see how the tides change when the game resumes.
We'll see also who starts the half from the south side at quarterback. It has obviously been a revolving door as we want to get everyone the exposure that they deserve. Evan Robertson, Gabe Winston, Samuel Harris, Zach Davis. We saw all 4 of them in the first half. All successful to varying degrees. Of course, the South came out in the first half and scored on their opening 3 drives. It was a field goal, touchdown, field goal sandwich. Jumped out to that 13-0 lead before the North started slowing them down. North, of course, mostly stifled in the first half. They did start to get a running game going there, but led mostly with Cole Freeman behind center, and Elias Horta kind of got that drive started for the North, their final drive in the first half when they got 3 points, and that leading to the 13-3 score.
Interesting to see what they do here as Kellen kicks the ball out of bounds. The ref threw the penalty flag, but do the rules apply in a game like this where they'd have the ball further up the field? Because it can't be returned. I don't think so.
We'll have to see. It could have been used as a marker. It looks like they're going to spot the ball at the 30. So, as we said, this is at the 25.
Okay.
So, yeah, maybe not. So, it will just be at the 25. As we said, only time that they would really move the ball past the 25 is if the ball does not make it past the 25. In that case, it did go out of bounds, but looks like it still qualifies. So, we're going to come out here, and it's the South Side starting. They are behind with a shotgun to start. 2 alongside number 19. He's going to drop back to pass. It's a deep ball to begin the half, and it is intercepted immediately. Intercepted by the North side, number 88, and how's that to start off the half? North will start around midfield.
Well, Luke Gare coming from Glenwood Springs, Colorado with a tremendous interception, falling down as he caught it. That's going to really swing the momentum back like we talked about. Let's see what the North can do. Really great play by that young man. Awesome way to start the half.
That was Zach Davis dropping back. First play of the half into, like I said, deep ball. We've seen him make the deep ball earlier in the game with that 45-yard touchdown pass, but now he has given the North the ball with the interception, and wasn't particularly close. I mean, the North defender was the only one kind of in the vicinity there.
And it looks like they're going straight back to, it's going to be Dario Marchica will be starting from Illinois at quarterback.
Marchica back on the field, and he's back into shotgun. He's got a couple running backs there back with him. Otherwise, it's 2 on the bottom, 1 on the top, spread wide, 3 receivers. Marchica back to pass. He's going to go deep now, and this is going to be dropped. It is incomplete. Pass intended for number 83. We've seen a lot of him early in this game, and could not haul that one in.
Well, that was a tough catch to make for Jordan Harris. The ball was behind him. I mean, it was a really simple play just to see him down the right side there. He had 2 defenders on him. The safety came up to help out. And he was able to actually break away. And he wasn't able to make the catch, though. But it was a really good route run. Let's see if they go right back to him. As a safety, it looks like they got single coverage. It's man coverage right now. I go right back to him.
Ball hung a little bit, and Harris had to make an adjustment and couldn't come down with it. Marchica back out of the shotgun, same exact formation. It's a fake handoff, and now he's in trouble, and he's going to be brought down the backfield by number 50 on the south. So, a fake handoff, it looked like it was designed to pass. He immediately had to change that and go to a run, and he's brought down in the backfield, as I mentioned, by number 50.
It's Jay Boyd.
Boyd with the tackle. It's going to be a 3rd and 14, so a loss of 4 on that play. North has it at their own 41. You'd hate to spoil the great field position they had off the turnover, but if they don't get a play here, that is exactly what might happen.
The defenses have both played great today. Jay Boyd really stepping up for the South there to kill the momentum.
Marchica out of the shotgun, flag down on the play. He's going to be brought down in the backfield. We'll see what the flag is if it can salvage the drive. Otherwise, for the moment, it is a sack on the play.
The flag went kind of early, so it's either a false start or holding, but the refs are pointing to the middle of the field.
It seems like it's on the south side, the penalty, which would help, obviously, the north side, not only to erase the sack, but to...
Are they picking up the flag?
They will pick it up, South celebrating. So, no flag on the play. It's going to be a 4th down and very, very long. I would imagine a punt will come here from number 33. He's been doing...
Double
punts on for the north side. And it's a officially at the 32-yard line.
It's the linebacker Grayson Cook who's coming in to punt here.
4th and 24 is the official marker for the punt, and there is the punt. It will be down, and it's going to roll to about the 31 for the South. Not a bad punt distance-wise, as it goes about 37 yards. And the South will start with good, not great field goal position.
That's a big
Or
punter.
field position.
6'4", 205. That's a linebacker punting the ball. Quite the boot for a linebacker.
Not his primary position, clearly, but he did a great job there.
Really curious to see if he plays international football, soccer. He's got that was a spiral on that kick. That was really impressive.
Yeah, you have to be impressed anytime a kicker can come out and it's not their position, just to kind of clear the ball down. He did a great job there. So here we go again. South shotgun, empty backfield, 5 wide. Back to throw it again, number 12. That is going to be caught by number 1, still on his feet. 30, 25, still on his feet to the 20. And now a wrestling match along the sideline. He's going to be brought down at the 23. Forward progress should take him to about the 20-yard line. A fantastic catch there by number 1. And the South has a first down there in business right outside the red zone.
Well, what a grab by Jacarius Caston. He needed the North needed their entire defense to bring him down. Caston's from Mississippi. He's a junior. And really a great catch. He's playing both sides of the field, wide receiver and cornerback. What an impressive, you just go up for the ball, grab it, take it down, go down the field. Don't stop till they stop you.
Really strong play there. You can tell he was waiting all day long to to get a play going, and he does there, and he brought the team with him. So here we go out of the shotgun again, an empty backfield. 12 looking to chuck it again. He's on the run. He's escaping the right side. He has a man. It is popped up in the air and is intercepted again. Number 34 on the north side. North, a huge turnover force there. That ball popped right up in the air. 34 comes down with it, and North takes over.
Peyton Hatcher from Somerset, Kentucky, just capitalized on a big mistake from the wide receiver on the south side. North able to come up with 2 big interceptions. Let's see if they can put some points on the board. They're getting the turnovers. Like I said earlier, the defenses are playing fantastic, and really the North's defense is building out a lot. They could be down really by a large margin here, but the defense able to come through. Their linebackers are stepping up, and let's see if they can put some more points on the board.
So 2 turnovers to start the second half here. We didn't see any in the first half from the south side. We do see it here, and we'll see if that continues. A little sloppiness going on. And that was Samuel Harris who had thrown it. So now North takes over, number 16. It's Cole Freeman back out there. He's going to scramble up the middle, get around to the 19-yard line. It's about a pickup of 5. We'll have a 2nd and 5 upcoming.
I like that the confidence isn't lost in this young man. You know, he stepped back looking to pass. Obviously the pocket collapsed and he saw coverage out there, so he took it and ran. Got 5 yards. I'm interested to see what he can do here now with the momentum in his favor.
Freeman, a very poised first half. He did have his struggles. Of course, he is a freshman playing in the sophomore-junior game. And he has 1 back with him and 4 wide. It's a spread-out offense here. And he's going to throw it immediately, a screen pass to the right side. Good coverage there and not going to go anywhere. That should be a loss of about 4, setting up about a 3rd and 9. So Freeman went to the right, immediately sniffed out. Good play by the defense for the South. It's going to set up a 3rd and long.
Byron Williams came from the other side of the field to make that stop, and you saw him chucking. He knew what the play was designed for. He came all the way across. That's number 94. He's from Omega, Georgia, and he came there and made the tackle. What a great play by that defensive tackle.
So Freeman set up here with a 3rd and 8. He has 1 back with him. There's again 4 wide. They're sticking with the same formation. A West Coast offense of sorts. And Freeman's going to throw it over to the right side. He has a man. It's number 81, and immediately tackled. It did not look like enough for a first down, but it should be pretty close. So catch is made. Freeman the completion there, number 81 for the North. And we'll see what they decide to do here. That was Jean-Pierre Oriolo with the catch.
Well, he makes a catch that I've noticed the whole game that the North is really liking the looks they're getting on the outside as they continue to try and pass to that area. I want to see some down the middle slants though, because that's what's paid off.
We're going to go with the punt here. It is a fumbled snap, but the punt is away, and it's going to land a nice bounce just outside the 40 for the South. So they're going to take over at around the 40-yard line, and we are at 8:07 to go in the third quarter. That opening drive just under 4 minutes. Not that opening drive. That previous drive takes us down to about 4 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Still 13-3 South. South taking over the football.
You know, interesting that they went for it, or they didn't go for it there. Fourth and a very short 2. You can tell the coaches like their defense, as the defense has come up with 2 turnovers in the previous 2 drives. Hoping to catch a third one here and maybe go down the field by virtue of defense.
We'll see what happens here. It is a under center I form formation, but a flag down, possibly an illegal shift of some sort, as it was immediate before the play was snapped. And it is going to be on the south side indeed. So a 5-yard penalty will back them up to the 35. First and 15 upcoming.
Well, number 84 wasn't set yet, and they put 14 in motion. And he couldn't get to the line quick enough, and that's what triggered the illegal shift.
34 in at running back on the south side. You can notice him with a bright green helmet. There's a handoff, not to 34. That one's going to go to 37, the other running back. And he's going to be free to go along the sideline. He's going to get down to about the 40. 37 making something out of nothing there as he kind of had just a run. It looked like it might have been a first down, and then he escaped down the sideline to add on more. And just like that, the South takes over into the 37-yard line of the North as they cross midfield.
Well, Tristan Smith was on the carry there. He's from Dallas, Texas, and he's a 197-pound running back. So he's a big power back, but he used his wheels on that one and took it to the outside. Very nice run by that man.
Peyton Hatcher, the other tandem and I form of the running backs. And this is going to be a fumble immediately. Recovered, it looked like, by number 7, the quarterback there. That's David. That is recovered to be at about the line of scrimmage. So no loss there. Evan Robertson was the one who had kind of dropped the ball there, but he picks it back up. It's going to be 2nd and 10. So South maintains control. They do lose it down there with the fumble. And Robertson will reset. Again, an I-form formation, 2 running backs behind him. This is going to be a delayed handoff to 37. He's wrapped up in the backfield, not much there. That's going to be about a loss of 5. So now you're in trouble if you're the South. It's going to be a 3rd and 15, so after a very nice run, back-to-back plays that don't work out, and now you're looking at a 3rd and long, just tapping on the door now of North Territory as opposed to threatening red zone.
North Territory, I like it. Kameron O'Rourke, linebacker from Loganville, Georgia. A lot of Georgia players here today. He was not fooled on that delayed handoff. Found it out right away, ran up the middle, made the stop on the running back. Great play by that linebacker.
Getting their game out of the way before they had to watch University of Georgia take place a couple days from now in the college playoff. That was, here we go, number 30. They're back in the I-form formation. Robertson throws deep to his left. He has a man, and it is almost intercepted by number 81 on the north side. A pretty good throw, although in double coverage. Not a great chance to catch the ball, but the throw sails behind everyone, bringing up a 4th and 13 from the 40.
John Piero Orlo went up for the interception there. Went right through his hands, and he knew one got away from there, but don't worry, John Piero. Your defense has done well. It's 4th and 13, and it looks like it's going to make the South punt here, so you did your job.
What I meant to say was Tristan Smith was lined up in the I form. Stumbled with my words there, but Evan Robertson, of course, with the throw. It is incomplete, 4th down, and they're going to go for it, and it's not a bad... I mean, they're at the 40-yard line, so you can kind of understand it. Defense has been stopping the North all day. Why not try and air one out here and get a first down? But instead, we are going to get a timeout, the first one taken from the South side in the second half. So an early timeout, 4th and 13. We'll see if they still come out here after the timeout looking to go for it.
Well, you know, and it's interesting. You know, you see the North, when the timeout was called, they were actually very happy, and I don't blame them, because the game, although it's 13-3 and it's been that way for the majority of this game, is still very close. And if we're going down to the seconds in the 4th quarter here, that timeout being triggered this early in the second half could cost the South later on.
Yeah, there's a situation where South is heavily in control at the moment, but if things start to go south, no pun intended, using that timeout is certainly going to add to the issues that they could face if North's able to get something going here.
Who do they have coming out? Let's see. Well, they're anticipating, I guess, the punt return, so they're gonna line up in formation. I'm interested to see what quarterback comes in here. If they're going to go with Freeman again, or they're going to spice it up and go with a different quarterback.
Coming back out with Evan Robertson, and now they also have the number 9 on the field,
Oh, wow.
Pickard.
Going for it.
He's the running back. So Robertson's an empty backfield shotgun. They have 4 stacked on the left. And Robertson's going to be looking to the right. He's got number 9. It is incomplete.
Play.
Nice play by 25 on the North. For a moment, it looked like it was going to be caught. I don't know if it would have been a first down, but it is incomplete, knocked out there by the Northern defender.
Fantastic play by Keon Brickens. He comes from Denver, Colorado. He's 5'9". He's only 142 pounds, but don't let his weight fool you there. He was able to get around the wide receiver. He read the play beautifully. They had 4 lined up on the left. Didn't matter. They had man coverage. He was able to cover his man, gets the deflection, and just like that, North has the ball in good field position.
This is when you want to strike if you're North. You're at the 40-yard line, good field position. They are still down 2 possessions, so you'd love to get a touchdown or a field goal on this drive here as we're midway through the third. Head into the fourth quarter, a little tighter of a game. Maybe make the South do some things they might not be as comfortable with in a closer game. But for now, South's defense has stood up all game long. That's Freeman back out there. It's a fake throw, and it's a handoff. Looks like David Martinez on the carry there, a couple of yards.
Dave Martinez from New Jersey. That was a fake throw to a run. They've done a couple of those, and oh man, Elias Horta, he just cannot shake injuries. This poor kid.
He is limping off the field for the second time and has collapsed for the second time along the sidelines. I mean, that kid is a gamer. We've seen him run hard. He just has not been able to stay healthy in this game so far, obviously battling some sort of injury. Freeman with the handoff, another fake handoff, and again, well, a little escape there. Ooh, staying on his feet for a while. I mean, it looked like he was going to be tackled a few times. Turns out to be another couple of yards there, so a lot of work for not a lot of yards, but something out of nothing, and a 3rd and 5 upcoming.
Injury timeout on the field.
Yeah, there's another injury on the field. And, just again, you got to keep in mind that these young guys are they're playing their hearts out. They're giving everything they have in them, and unfortunately, there's times like these where it results in an injury. You saw Elias Horta is still on the sideline. He's now sitting with the medical staff. We're hoping this young man, I think was it number 56? I couldn't really see.
His number is being shielded, being blocked right now by his own teammates who are there with him on one knee as he's getting checked out by the other medical staff. So we'll have to wait and see. We have an unofficial timeout here. 5:36 left here in the third quarter. 13-3 South. It is going to be a 2nd and 7 when we do come back to action. Ball is at the 43-yard line. Although it should be after that previous play about a 3rd and 4 as a pickup of 3 on that run. Like we said, I mean, those extended plays can sometimes lead to some dangerous situations. That's what we're seeing here. It's number 57 on the south side who is hurt. He is being helped off the field kind of on one foot, so that
Christopher Smith. He's a defensive lineman from Georgia. A lot of Georgia players, like we said earlier, but he's being helped, and hopefully it's nothing too major. You never know. I mean, Elias Horta's been back in the game plenty of times, so we'll see.
Freeman's out of the shotgun here. Like I said, scoreboard not updated, but it should be about a 3rd and 4. He's going to throw it. It's to number 9. It's caught, and that should be a first down. Alajah Dawson there from Colts Neck, New Jersey. So Freeman surrounding himself with a lot of New Jersey talent on his offense. He himself from Summit, New Jersey. And it should be a first down for the North, and it is. So a first down at exactly midfield.
And that's one of his few completions since the interception earlier, so that's good to see. Gets the first down, gets the momentum rolling. They got to take the ball down the field now.
Freeman, another snap to the left side, 83, and that's a nice play by number 20 on the south. Looks like he might have had an angle to complete that pass to Jordan Harris, but instead it is broken up by number 20 on the south side, and it will be a 2nd and 10.
There's a flag.
Sean Rusai is from Oviedo, Florida. He's a running back and a defensive back, so he's pulling double duty. So great play there, able to deflect that pass. It looks like Harris was pretty much going to grab that ball, but he got around, deflected the pass, and it'll be 2nd down now.
And we have another unofficial timeout here. Trying to get the ball spotted, it looks like.
They're giving them yards.
There's a
The
flag on
penalty?
the play. It
Okay.
looks like a face mask on the defense on that play. So a delayed flag. It's a 5-yard penalty that moves into the 35-yard line. And instead of a 2nd and 10, it looks like this should be, I would think, a 1st and 5.
Well, Jordan Harris and Sean Rusa are going into a dancing match right now. Looks like they're challenging each other to the next play.
Freeman out of the shotgun, looking to his left. He has a man that is caught. Looked like that was Dave Martinez again on the left. Or, I'm sorry, that was number 9, Alajah Dawson again. So, Dawson with another completion. He's starting to make a name for himself in this game. And that should bring up a 2nd down at about 5. So I guess it was a 5-yard penalty, but no gain of yardage with the face mask. So it was a 1st and 10. Now it is a 2nd and 5, although they are at just outside the 30-yard line. Freeman once again out of the shotgun. He has 2 at the top, spread out. He has 1 at the bottom, and we have a flag on the play. And this might be against the North.
Flag on the play.
Another illegal formation.
We've seen that a few times so far in this game. This is a false start,
false
actually,
start.
on the offense. And this will back up the ball. So, referee's getting a workout here recently. Oh, it was actually on the south side.
Wow.
So, another penalty on the south. We've seen that has been a big disparity. The south has committed way more penalties than the north so far in this game, and it has not hurt them completely yet. It did lead to the field goal for the North, but it can come back to bite them if it continues.
Jake Bartram, the offensive lineman for the North, keeps drawing them off sides.
Freeman out of the shotgun is going to hand it off. Not much there. And this will bring up a 3rd down, and it looks like about half a yard. So they had about a 2nd and 1 there, or a 2nd and 1 there, and did not get the 1st down there. We'll have a 3rd and short.
I'd fake the run. I'd hit the wide receiver deep on the right there. He's got man coverage.
Freeman another handoff to Martinez, and it looks like this
Close.
should be enough. He needed to get to the 25. It looks like he got exactly there. So this should be a new set of downs for the North. And man, I mean, that offense is struggling. Despite the fact they're moving the ball, they're getting penalties in their favor, but it has been a snail's pace of offense here. They're getting 2 or 3 yards at a time.
Oh,
And
they're keeping the defense on the field though.
they are eating up clock. Freeman is going to scramble to his right, looking for a receiver. He doesn't have one. Now he's going to scramble to his left. Stays on his feet. He's still up, and now he finally gets sacked. The ball was thrown. We'll see if they mark that incomplete.
No.
Freeman at some point got rid of the ball. It was not a fumble. We'll just see if they count that as a sack or if it's going to be an incomplete pass or intentional grounding because he never left the pocket.
Yeah, that's tough. I mean, that's a tough situation. He tried to make something out of nothing. He was spinning around. He didn't have any wide receivers open. It's a tough game. His team's down 10 points. He's trying to do something to get them in it and keep the momentum going. But you got to be careful. You got to think about costing your team more yards because now they're out of. Wow, that's a big penalty. They're out of field goal position now.
That's a situation where, and as he gets older, he will be more comfortable with this. That's a situation where you throw it out of bounds.
Yeah.
Once you're out of the pocket, he kind of. At some point, it looked like he might have gotten out of the pocket. Then he came back into it when he was scrambling, and then he threw it behind the line of scrimmage. Can't do that. That's a penalty. So now we have a 2nd and 28, and the ball's backed up to the 43. It's a big penalty to take right after we said the North wasn't committing many of them. And now Freeman's back out of the shotgun. He'll look to avenge this. He is going to escape again, and that throw is going to be incomplete. So he immediately learns from his mistake. That's what you want to take out of these games. Freeman caught with an intentional grounding on the previous play. On this play, he's under pressure from multiple from multiple defenders, and he's able to throw the ball towards the sideline to a safe place where it can't be intercepted.
Well, Freeman feeling like luck there, Andrew Luck that is, and you know his offensive line really needs to step up. They're not doing him any favors. He's got about 2 seconds to throw the ball before they're in his face. And number 99, Clyde Pinder from Sarasota, just keeps getting through every time and putting immaculate pressure on.
3rd and 28, they're actually going to bring in Dario Marchica for this play. He might have the stronger arm. Marchica's going to indeed air it out along the sideline, and unfortunately, not really much of a chance to be caught by 88 there on the north. It is out of bounds, and it is incomplete. That's going to bring up a 4th and very long, and now you have to expect, I would think, some sort of punt is the only thing I can think of here, unless they're going to go for it on 4th and 28.
It's too long, unfortunately. The defense would just play prevent at this point to prevent the first down. So they're bringing back out the linebacker to punt, and if they can pin them deep, the defense might be able to get a turnover, stop them short to get back on the field. But they've had a couple of drives now that it's looked good, and nothing's happened from it.
Grayson Cook going to try and get him inside the 20, and that punt is going to do just about that. It should be spotted at around the 19-20 yard line. So it's a punt of about 22 yards. It'll back him up, but probably not as deep as he would have liked. But then again, Grayson Cook is a 6'4", 205-pound linebacker, so you can't expect too much out of him from the punting unit, and the South will take over.
All right, well, let's see what the South does here. They've been known to, in the face of momentum shifting, go deep and get some good connections to keep the offense on the field. I'd probably run at this point, try to get the clock moving.
This is going to be Winston back behind center as quarterback, so we've seen a lot of him today, and he has come back again for another series here. And immediately he's going to hand it off to number 21, and immediately he is going to be wrapped up by 3 different North defenders. Looks like 84 primarily on the tackle there for the North. That's going to be a loss, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and long.
Silas Montgomery on the carry there. He's from Port Lavaca, Texas. He's a pretty big running back, 5'10", 205, but his offensive line failed him there. But you know what? I think they're accomplishing what they want. I think they do want to run the clock. I don't think they want to get the ball back to the North, and if they don't want to pass anymore to risk any interceptions.
Byron Forbes on the tackle there, the linebacker. And Winston back behind center. They're back in I form, 2 wide. It's going to be a run up the middle, and a pretty decent run. He looked like he was bottled up at the line of scrimmage, but he does get through, pick up a few. So that should get it back around the original line of scrimmage, maybe a little bit further back. It's going to be about 3rd and 11 after a pick up of 4.
Oh, tick, tick, tick. The clock keeps running, and that's what they're trying to do here. It's a 2-score game. The North really isn't shown too much of consistent offense, so why not? Just keep running the ball. If you want to win, that's what you do, right?
It's not, it's a 10-point game. It feels like it's a lot more just because North has not been able to move the ball much. Winston behind center once again in I form. This time he's passing, and he's going to escape over to his left. Linebacker coming in. He's going to look for the pass. It is bobbled and caught, but he is out of bounds. So that was originally caught actually inbounds, but bobbled, and by the time it could be secured, the receiver was out of bounds, and that's going to bring up a 4th and long.
Well, that was a tough play. Reggie Sloan from Greensboro, North Carolina, was the receiver on that play. He looked like he was going to make a great sideline shoestring catch, but he bobbled it, and by the time he caught it, he was already out of bounds. So good call by the ref there. He was pushed out.
4th and 12, ball up the own 23. South did take some time off the clock. There's only 1:52 to go here in the 3rd quarter. It is still 13-3, South on top. North has all of its timeouts for what it's worth, although a little early to start wondering about that. And now the South coming back out with a punt, and they will utilize our normal kicker, number 93, to accomplish that.
He's a Kellen of all trades. Punting, kicking, both teams.
Punt will come from around the 15 by the time he releases, and this is going to be a really good one. Back to the 30, it's going to take a bounce over to the 23-yard line of the North, so a fantastic punt would that go 57 yards?
Wow. He's really got a leg on him. This kid's talented. And
They'll
field
move it up
goals,
to the-
long punts, he's really impressive.
It was officially a 54-yard punt. Of course, because it went behind the 25, they'll move it up to the 25. So he actually loses a couple of net yardage, but still a fantastic punt. And we saw him do that all of yesterday during practice, just sort of automatic. I mean, everything had hang time and everything was deep. And he's showing in this game again. You called it earlier. Obviously he's not involved in anything but special teams, but a big day. Big day to showcase your kicking skills.
He's got 3 field goals made. Oh no, 2 field goals and an extra point.
3 field goals, counting the one he made for the North. There's a throw over to number 17 that is caught on the North end. And that's going to be a first down immediately. So the North comes out firing.
There we go.
Number 17.
That was Darrell Tripline from Philadelphia with the catch. He's from Father Judge High School. Making a nice play there that brings up to the 45.
Good first down play call there. Throw the ball in the air, get the ball down the field. That's what I'd like to see. And they got now they have Karis Saplys back in from Toronto. Good connection on first down.
Sapley's back in. He's got David Martinez back with him. He's going to throw to 81. That is caught. Nice job concentrating there. It's going to be a pickup of about 4. But the throw arrived kind of late for Jean-Pierre Oriolo, but he's able to concentrate and come up with a catch, and that's going to make it 2nd and 5. And that's what you want to do here if you're North. Just keep the ball moving, keep the chains moving.
Keep it through the air. They're getting a lot of yards picked up here. And you know what? This defense may be a little gassed now. They've been on the field a long time. You could see them taking advantage of a tired defense.
Martinez back there with Saplys again. It's again a shotgun. They have 4 wide. They're getting sort of that west side spread formation we looked at. He's going to chuck it over to the right. That's going to be caught and across the 50. So a little bit of room to run. Again, not too much there. Maybe a pickup of 3, probably 2 on a sort of bubble screen of sorts. And we're going to have a 3rd and short upcoming.
Well, Dawson's from Colts Neck, and it looked like he faced a bottleneck there, but it didn't matter. He's able to make a nifty move and squeeze around to the inside and pick up a few yards. Great move by Dawson there to kind of get the ball closer to the first down.
Alajah Dawson and David Martinez have been heavily used by this offense early on. A lot of short plays designed for them. They've done a great job with what they can do, but as we've mentioned throughout the game, the South has done a great job on defense. Out of the shotgun, Saplys, he's going to throw, and that is intercepted. What a fantastic catch by the South side, number 33. An interception and a turnover, and once again the North, despite crossing into South territory, comes up with nothing.
That hurts. Tony Tolliver from Louisiana. He's a junior. He's 5'8". He looked like he was 8 foot on that play as he leaped up to make that grab. That was right away. It was a bullet by the quarterback. That was incredible. What a play, and that just really sucks the momentum out of the North's drive there. And we'll see how their defense responds. Been playing well, but a really good interception. There's been a lot of turnovers in this game. And now the South is going to look to hopefully put this game out of the line for the North to win.
It's the other thing to point out. If the South happens to come up with a touchdown, that may very well put this game completely out of reach. Field goal, and you at least still have a shot in a 2-possession game. South takes over after the Tolliver interception and behind center, and there's your throw from number 19, and he's going to overthrow. Got to be careful. It's not a fumble. It is a live ball, and number 21 alertly picks it up, and he's going to be down at the 40, so it's going to only turn out to be about a loss of 2 on that play, but that's the danger with screen passes. Threw it behind 21, turned into a fumble as opposed to an incomplete pass, but a great job there of picking up the football and not letting it go.
Just when you think that, the turnovers are going to cost the other team comes up with a turnover. These defenses are playing out of their minds. But yeah, Zachary Davis has got to be careful there. You can't throw too far behind your running back or it does become a fumble. That was a live ball. Great awareness by the running back to still come up with it and make sure the offense retains it. But, you're really facing the cliff here of potential another turnover.
That'll do it for the 3rd quarter. So we enter the 4th quarter. 12 minutes to go in the game, 13-3 South. 2nd and 12 as we have the ball at the 40-yard line. The South is driving now. That previous pass was intended for Silas Montgomery. He's the one who alertly picked up the football. He's from Port Lavaca, Texas. Went to Calhoun High School, and he's a junior. So, yeah, once again, Davis has to be a little careful there. We've seen a lot more turnovers. The first half was mostly played pretty cleanly, albeit not a ton of yards. The second half has been chock full of turnovers.
Yep.
And it looks like, if I'm counting up correctly, it's 2 on each side now.
Well, the defense, I mean, you think about the game today, and so far I'd say probably Kellen and then the defenses have been playing the best.
Absolutely. It's number 19 out there. That's Zachary Davis, as we mentioned. There's going to be a handoff up the middle, and he's got some room to run. That's number 37. Pretty good penetration there, and a pickup of about 8 yards, or 6 yards, sorry.
Samuel Harris from Alabama. That's a good play call there to go ahead and just drive forward, put the ball down the middle of the field, and run some time off the clock.
He moves the ball to about the 47-yard line. It was an official pickup of 7 on the play, bringing up a 3rd and 5 here.
Sorry, that was Tristan Smith from Dallas, Texas. Harris is the quarterback, obviously.
There are no names on the back of the jerseys, and some teams have multiple numbers, multiple players wearing the same numbers. You have to bear with us with the numbers. But Davis there, quick handoff. That's going to be on the inside. That's a first down and more. Number 21 once again. So we just mentioned Silas Montgomery. A nice carry there for a first down. The 5'10", 205-pound running back out of Texas with a first down, and that'll move the chains.
Montgomery giving them some breathing room. That was a costly first down for the North to take. That's going to run some clock. It's going to keep the ball in South's possession. And really with 11 minutes to go, there's still time on the clock. There's still stuff that can be done. But really as far as control of this game has gone, the South has controlled this game.
Well, another first down is going to put the North in a bind here. South has the ball at the 42-yard line. A first down, and you start talking about field goal range. We have seen a 47-yard field goal attempt earlier in this game. That would put them up 13 with however much time left. And I would imagine they're just going to keep running the ball here. That would be the strategy of 10. And sure enough, here's a flea flicker. And it is number 4. What a great play. North number 4 actually fell for the flea flicker. He went after the running back. But when he saw it go to the quarterback, he adjusted and he makes the sack. So a fantastic play up by the North side, number 4. And that's going to be a big loss on the play for the South.
Jammie White coming from Oxford, Mississippi. He's been involved in this game on quite a few plays. He's been playing great on defense. Interesting play call by the South to run a flea flicker in the 4th quarter up by what you're up. Really bizarre.
It is an interesting play call. We did just mention, though, that they had been running the ball a lot, so maybe they were going for that. I think a play action might have been the better call. But there's your handoff, number 30. It's a pitch to the right side, and a pickup will get him back to about the original line of scrimmage. A gain of 5 yards. And upcoming should be a 3rd and 10 at the 42.
Well, Mallory Pinckney, I mean, he's been involved in several plays today where he's taken the ball down the field. The running game's been great with him. They've used him sparingly a few times, but he's been doing really well. And that was great yardage to pick up on 2nd down. And the South is going to look to keep the ball moving forward and try to create some greater distance in the time here. Let's see what takes place.
85 on the South side coming out of substitution. Tyler Rice will go off the field. He's from Augusta, Kentucky. And South will now line up with their new unit on the field. 3rd and 10, once again, from the 42-yard line. Davis back, and he's behind center. They're in I-form formation with 2 wide, 1 on each side. And here's a fake handoff. It's going to be a passing play. He's going to look to his right. Now pressure coming, and he's going to be sacked.
Fumble.
Another nice play by the North, number 42 there officially with the sack. Pressure came from all sides. And that's going to set up a 4th down, and I would imagine a punt.
Daryen York got into the defensive end from Middleton, Ohio, and he's able to actually cause a fumble there. Interesting play calling by the South. I'm still kind of shocked they're passing here. I think they're taking the true spirit of what All-Star games and All-American Bowls are all about, and they're trying to showcase their talent, which is really cool. But it's definitely put them in some danger here, as the North is going to be knocking on the door shortly if they can get the ball back with some good field position.
Well, it's a little early. I mean, on a 3rd and long, I could see the passing play. To your point, you would think that they would be running it basically until then. But nevertheless, 4th and 16, ball at the 48-yard line. It would appear that the South is going to go for it here.
Wow.
So, not worried too much about the field position. Davis going to call hike, and here he goes. He's going to throw over the middle. It is overthrown Intended for number 14. He didn't have a ton of time to make something happen. Turnover on downs, and now the North with 7:50 to go and take over around midfield. It takes one play to turn the momentum of this game. And North, at this point, is going to need to find that one play as time is now starting to work against them.
Well, South is giving the North every opportunity to come back into this game, and the North cannot just deliver. So, you know, I don't think you let the last drive kill your momentum at all as far as your play calling goes. I think you come out and you call, well, I think you need to call some quick pass plays, throw the ball down the field, get a quick score, and you never know what can happen.
Absolutely. We'll see what is planned, and also, interestingly, what quarterback comes out. Looks like they're going back to Saplys here. Or Saplys, sorry. Karis Saplys back behind center. He'll be the quarterback for this drive. And on first down, he's going to be looking to pass, runs over to his left. He is going to go to the sideline and get back to the line of scrimmage, running out of bounds in the process. So 2nd and 10 will be upcoming. Saplys didn't have much to work with there. He did escape over to the left side, looked to run, and did not have any room.
At least he got out of bounds, so it stops the clock. Virtually an incomplete pass.
Yeah, more or less no harm done there. 7:42. They did lose 8 seconds off the clock, but at this point, that's not a major concern, and moving the ball is. Saplys now is going to call snap with a hand clap there. He's going to throw it deep, and we might have a flag. Yeah, it was 81 was slowed down there. That should be defensive pass interference. Jean-Pierre Oriolo was slowed down along the sideline. It was pretty obvious, and the ball looked overthrown, but obviously with the interference, that would be the reason why, and we should get a penalty here on the South.
A costly penalty. I mean, he did what he had to do because he was going to get beat there on the outside and the left-hand side of the field. But what's interesting is they had Jordan Harris. He's split out to the right now. He's got man coverage and about a foot on the cornerback. I wonder if they're going to try and go deep here to see if he can get in the game and catch a long one for a score.
It is possible. That's a 15-yard penalty, so the rules are the same as in college once you have defensive pass interference. It's not based on the spot. It's based on a 15-yard penalty and a repeat of first down. And there's Saplys thrown deep. This is lob. This is a dangerous pass, and it is incomplete. He is lucky to have that incomplete, although he did have a receiver, 83 Harris. That ball was lobbed up there. Anytime it's up there that long, you are threatening an interception. But for both sides, a minor victory as it's incomplete in the 2nd and 10.
Well, I called it. You got to Harris along the sideline, but Harris didn't go over the ball. I think he got hands on the ball. So he had his. It was a tough catch to make because of where the defenders were positioned. It was underthrown, but he still couldn't come up with it. Freeman's in the game now.
Cole Freeman back in the game. We have a quarterback switch here, 2nd and 10. He is, as we've seen all game, out of the shotgun. He's going to look to his right, and he's going to immediately throw it on a little slant. Nice catch by number 9. Throw didn't do him any favors as he was forced to backtrack a little bit. It's going to be a decent pickup, a gain of about 6, and we'll have a 3rd and 4.
Freeman likes Dawson. I'm throwing to him all day.
It's that New Jersey connection. You got Summit and Colts Neck coming together. And just making plays happen. Of course, Harris from Philly, not too far out of New Jersey either. So, 3rd and 5 upcoming. It was officially a gain of 5 yards, and we officially have a flag on the field. We'll see what that is. Looks like a false start against the North. So that's going to make it a full 3rd and 10 now. Ball will be backed up from the 33 to the 38. Exactly 7 minutes left to go in the 4th quarter.
That's such a shame. Dawson made such a good play on the last one there, and for it to be removed just by a costly false start there. The offensive line struggled today. They've had their struggles. They haven't been able to protect much for Freeman. They've had now a false start penalty. They got to really throw that away now, and protect for Freeman so you get the ball out.
2 down low. Harris at the top of the field, and it's Freeman looking. He's going to pump fake. Now he's going to fire. It's a wobbly pass intended for Dawson again. It's incomplete. It actually, where he spotted it, was not a bad throw. I mean, it was wobbly because Freeman was thrown off his back foot. He's also been limping a little bit here in the second half as he's kind of been moving around. The pass was incomplete. He actually had a shot, Dawson did, to catch it. You wouldn't expect him to catch it, but he did have a shot.
I'm surprised they didn't call a penalty there. The wide receiver was held almost out of bounds. Dawson had to come from like near the sideline to try and dive and make that catch. Interesting.
A 4th down, you would think here with 6:37 to go, they're going to go for it, and they are. Number 12 back in the game for the north side, that's Dario Marchica. This is the 3rd quarterback we're seeing now on this drive. Marchica is going to go to the left side, and he's got a man, and it looks like it's actually intercepted, although now he comes up with it, and that ball's caught. A fantastic play by Alajah Dawson to come up with that football. It looked like it was intercepted to the point where the south side was celebrating, and Dawson comes up with a catch and a 1st down.
Again, the Colts neck bottleneck is what I'm beginning to believe here. He's got a defender in his face, and the ball is poorly thrown, and he comes up with the ball somehow. Dawson's been playing incredible today. He's all over the field. He's running crisp routes. He's getting to the ball. He's really helping his North buddies out.
Dawson off the field now. Marchica's still in. He's going to hand off and nothing going on there. But that was nothing short of a magic trick coming up with that catch and keeping the drive and the game really alive. That handoff didn't really go anywhere. So we're going to have a 2nd down and about 10. They're at the 18-yard line of the South, so 6:05 to go. Plenty of time considering that they can score at any moment here. But we have yet to see the North really punch one in. And that's really the biggest obstacle right now, is proving that they can get a touchdown, because you're not going to come back on field goals at this point. You need 4 of them. They're going to need to get a touchdown, and this is really the drive I think that has to happen.
They need a touchdown, but if they do come up with a field goal, they'll be down a touchdown. They haven't been able to punch the ball in the end zone yet, so you'd like to think they'd want to do that to kind of boost the confidence right here. On that last play, that was number 50, Jashawn Boyd from South Carolina on the tackle there. He's a big boy. 6 foot, 290 defensive tackle, and he swallowed up that running back. Really, at this point, I think you got to throw away the running game on this drive, and you got to go with the pass. I would just keep throwing it to Dawson wherever he is. I'd throw it in the middle field, the outside of the field, you throw it in the air, he'll come up with it somehow.
Dawson looks like he is still not back on the field. I know he was taking a break. So here we go. North is set up here, 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun is Marchica. He's going to throw to the end zone first time today for number 11. He's got him. It's a touchdown for the North. They're right back in it. Number 11, Cole Bunicci from Ronkonkoma, New York, with a touchdown, and it is 13-9, extra point pending.
Put it down, big man. What a grab. He went up about 10 feet in the air to grab that ball and snatch it down. It was man coverage, and he got the win of the battle there, and what a great catch. And that'll put the North back in this game with 6 minutes left, only down to field goal pending the extra point. We got ourselves a ball game.
Right, I mean, it's a well-designed call. Bunicci is 6'3", 185. He is a sophomore. I've been waiting for him to make a play all game long so I can say Ronkonkoma, New York. And the throw was just very well designed. I mean, there's not a lot of guys on the field who could probably make that catch. But he makes it, and sure enough, yeah, you're right. We have a ball game here, 13-9. Big extra point here. And, of course, it's going to be the south side kicker kicking it. So we'll see what happens here. He waits for it to be set up well, and that looks like it's perfect. And we have a 13-10 game, so no injustice being done by the kicker on this side, as he has made both of his kicks for the north side. And we have a 13-10 game.
What a game. What a game. And Marchica came in at perfect timing and really completed some beautiful passes there towards the end. He took a chance on that last pass there for the touchdown. And Bunicci, really just said, throw me the ball. Give me the ball, I'll catch it. And took that 6'3" frame and tucked that ball in. Touchdown, down 3. North's going to need a turnover or a stop of downs, and they get the ball back. This could get very interesting.
That was Bunicci's first catch of the game as well.
Wow.
Touchdown. Graves de Peralta, of course, the kicker that we've mentioned multiple times in this game, kicking that extra point, making it a 3-point game. So we thank him for that, because a 4-point game would make it much more complicated as far as what the North needed to do to make the comeback. Now he's back on the field looking to do the kickoff as well for the North side. Of course, his goal here, as we've mentioned, is just to get it past the 25-yard line. And on the kickoff, he will do exactly that. This one's going to go over to the 5. It's caught, but there is no return, and the South will start from the 25. We have 5:58 to go in this game. 13-10, South leads, and they have the ball, first down. Now remember, timeouts here. Both teams have used one, so 2 timeouts from each side still left. For the North, the time is not a major issue yet, although a couple of first downs, and that could change, and that's what we'll monitor here. Jake, what are you expecting here from the South side? I mean, I would imagine it's all running from here on out.
Well, if they have number 30 back there, but if they don't, you know what? I might do a couple pass plays, just get some first downs to buy you some time, because they're able to throw the ball decently through the air.
We'll see what they come up with as far as the approach goes there. As we said, ball at the 25, and it looks like we have number 12 back there. It's a pitch over to the left side, and it's going to be a pretty good run to start. That's a nice start for the South side. Pickup of about 7. We'll set up about a 2nd and 3.
That was Seth Thompson from Kentucky on the run there. I think that's the first time we saw him today on the carry. So he comes up big for his team when, after a momentum shift with a nice 6-yard pickup on first down.
Samuel Harris is back in there at quarterback.
Number 12 is under center for the South.
He's from Opelika, Alabama. We've seen him throughout the game, as well as all of these other quarterbacks. But right there, it was the handoff, as you mentioned. It is officially a pickup of 7.
High formation.
Here's another handoff. It's going to go back, and this looks like a first down. So there's the first down for the South on this side. Clock's still running. We're going to close in on 5 minutes shortly.
Good play call there to the fullback, number 36.
Ball carrier, number 36.
That was T.J. Mitchell from Titusville, Florida, so not too much of a drive for him. He goes to Space Coast High, 5'11", 200. That's about the size of a fullback.
That's a cool name for a high school.
Yes, Space Coast High School. Only one as far as I know. Titusville, very fitting place for it. Not too far from Daytona Beach. So he gets the first down. We have a clock still running. We're at about 4:50. There's a handoff. It's a fake. And they're going to go to the passing play. Now he's looking, escaping over to the sideline, looking for a man. It is incomplete. So that stops the clock. Questionable call. You almost would wish that he would have just run and fallen. But not doing that. Clock stops at 4:43. We have a second down upcoming.
Well, he heard Jammie coming, and he got rid of that ball because Jammie was chasing him all around the field. Harris pulled out on a play fake. That was actually a good play call. They ran a couple times. The defense was expecting run, or you think the defense was expecting run, but they're actually trained to anticipate the pass. And Jammie was able to get in there, create some pressure, and make him throw the ball away.
We'll see what they have marked up here. 2nd and 10 from the 37-yard line. This is going to be a pitch. It's over to the left side, number 30. He has a looking to get to the edge, and he is stopped and pounded there for a gain of about 3 in the 3rd and 7 upcoming.
Well, Jordan Harris, we've seen him on both sides of the ball. He's made some great hits. He had a deflected pass earlier. He's definitely been calling for the ball a few times down the sideline. But he lowered his shoulder, anticipating the hit with the running back, and just stood firm. Pretty impressive.
And we are now reminded as we close in on this game, 7th, 8th, and 9th graders have made their way to the sidelines. That is your next game coming up at 1:30. Shortly after this game ends. 4:01 to go. Now the clock is ticking under 4 minutes. Harris with the pitch again. This is number 37. He's going to be tackled. Not much there. That means 4th down's upcoming. So North's getting the ball back. Whether they want to stop the clock now or just have their 2 timeouts, we'll see. But they do their job. It's a loss on the play, and it's going to be about a 4th and 10.
Well, not Tristan Smith's fault there from Dallas, Texas. He took the ball in. It's an obvious call on 3rd down to take some more time off the clock. Tick, tick, tick. It's still going. The North's going to get the ball back. They have 2 timeouts.
2 timeouts.
2 timeouts left. That's a lot of time. I don't think there's a 2-minute warning. It's probably college rules. But, hey, North's got the momentum right now. Let's see what happens. Defense is tired from the South.
North has decided not to call a timeout there, so we'll wonder if those seconds will come back to bite them. That's a pretty good punt, once again, by our man over there pulling double duty. So the ball will be spotted at the 25. 3 minutes, 10 seconds. That's officially what the North has. They need a field goal to tie, a touchdown to win, and they have 2 timeouts to do it.
What's the deal with overtime in a game like this, Vince?
We're going to have to find out on that one. Not briefed on that. You wonder if there will be an overtime.
True. Probably not. But it would be exciting to see the game put in the hands of Kellen.
Yeah, you certainly can't have a kickoff contest, I would think.
Yeah.
Just be kicking for both
A
sides.
sudden death field goal kicking. The
Just,
same
yeah.
player for both teams.
Choose a spot on the field and see if he can make it.
It's like when I was a kid. I don't know if you ever used to do this, but you act like you're both sides of the game, and you have your
Passing
football
to
in your
yourself,
room, and you
yeah.
pass to yourself, and
We may see that. We'll have to find out. Number 12 in for the North. He is the quarterback, and he's going to throw to no one. Second down upcoming. It looks like Dawson was a little late to get in there for his route, or the throw was early. One of the two. Either way, incomplete. 2nd and 10.
Well, I think the amount of steps was confused between the wide receiver and the quarterback there. Marchica was throwing a 5-step drop. The wide receiver took an 8-step to the out, so off kilter there, but we'll see what happens in this next play.
Marchica's out of the shotgun. North's been like that a lot, especially with Freeman on the field. Marchica's going to run. He's going to look over to his right, looking for a man once again. Not well thrown, and also incomplete to intended for Alajah Dawson. Excuse me. They have not had as good of a connection as Dawson and Freeman have had, and it is incomplete as that one was thrown a little wide, and Dawson couldn't salvage it.
Where's Bunicci? Go deep to Bunicci or Harris. They got the height, and it's man coverage right now. The safety's playing over to the middle of the field.
You wonder if Bunicci is only in goal line and red zone packages
Might be.
because he's not on the field right now. You would think and you see him on the sideline there. You'd think a 6'3" receiver might come in handy for this sort of thing. 3 minutes, 3rd down.
Dawson's got man coverage all alone.
Marchica out of the shotgun. And he's going to go deep. It's a jump ball, and it is incomplete. And a tremendous hit and a penalty from number 25 on the south side. So that's going to help the North out. It was Dawson reaching for it. He couldn't come up with it. And then 25, can't really blame him, but he is there with a late hit. And it's going to be a 1st down off the penalty.
That was Dwight Jacobs, a sophomore from South Carolina. What's a bummer is actually a fantastic play, but just as good as this defense has been all game, they've also gifted the North a lot of costly mistakes from their side by virtue of penalty. And no different there as he leans for the hit, and according to the ref, a little bit too late there. He might have led with his helmet too. But now the North gets a new set of downs, and this game is continuing by the help of penalties.
South is just continuously taking North off life support, it seems, as keeping them in the game. Dawson was a defenseless receiver of sorts. He was kind of in midair. Nothing he could do to get out of the way. I'm guessing that's why the penalty was called, although it was a split-second situation, so nothing malicious by any means on the south side. And now it's North out of the shotgun again. Marchica is going to, or Freeman's back in there, looking to the right, and he's going to throw deep immediately at 83, and it is intercepted. A fantastic catch, and that is going to put things in dire straits for the North. Just a great catch there. A little bit underthrown, and it's Jacarius Caston.
2nd pick of the day.
From Mississippi, the defensive back with his 2nd interception. Really long wingspan. He used all of it to come up with that one.
Incredible catch there to just take the momentum away from the North. Wow. Comes up with the interception. There's a penalty on the ground. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Roughing the passer.
Wow. Once again, the South has committed a penalty to keep this thing alive. 2:46 still left.
Can you score a touchdown from penalties?
It's they're gonna have to do everything, but the ball is now at the 45. It's another 1st down. I mean, it's just you can't have this. The Southside coaching, I know they've just met, but they've got to be frustrated with what's been going on. I mean, the South has played such great defense, except for the penalties, which keep moving the ball. Freeman's still in. He's going to try and run. He's going to throw it out of bounds. It's a wise play. He had there was already someone on his jersey. He's getting beaten up out there.
He is. Well, it's okay. I mean, you just got to make a couple incomplete passes, and the defense will come up with a penalty, and they'll move the ball down the field.
Whether it's
Seattle Seahawks all
late hits and some holding calls, and we've seen some personal fouls. It's been kind of running the gauntlet of penalties from the south side. 2nd and 10 after that incomplete pass. They're still at the 45, so you would think to feel at least somewhat comfortable, you need about 20 more yards before you can rely on a field goal here. Freeman is out of the shotgun. There are two...
Dawson, man coverage.
2 wide on the bottom, 1 at the top, and you have man coverage at the top of the screen. He's going to go to the right side that is caught. It's a gain of about 5 with forward progress. Tackled way back there. That was Darrell Tripline from Philadelphia.
Ooh, bad mark by the refs. They're calling him down at the 43.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's going to be instead a gain of only 2 yards. I guess they had decided forward progress had stopped, and it was a new... and that he had a chance to get out of it, because they moved back about 3 yards further than I would have. And it's Freeman now on a 3rd and 8 instead of a 3rd and 5. He's still out of the shotgun. And he's going to look this time to his right side. He's got man coverage, almost intercepted.
Wow.
The throw was a little late getting there. Not a bad idea intended for David Harris. Almost intercepted by the time that the South had a chance to react. And we have a 4th and 8 with exactly 2 minutes left. So now things get pretty desperate.
A button hook play call to Harris, and Kevin Starnes Jr. from Swainsboro, Georgia, read that beautifully. Didn't scare him at all. Jumped the pass and almost came away with another interception. Of course, that would have been pending a penalty. But nothing so far, and now it's 4th down. This is it.
4th and 8, Freeman in. Wonder if he'll try and find a seam here. He's instead going to the pass. Now he's out of the pocket, and he's going to be in trouble. He is going to be taken down. It's a gain of just about 3 yards short of the 1st down. He had nowhere to go, as has been the case most of the game. It's a turnover on down to South takes over. So there's a minute 49 left. Mathematically, the North is not done yet. A 1st down will pretty much end this game. Or a 1st down will end this game. Mathematically, North could still get the ball back. They do have 2 timeouts. And they would get the ball back with under a minute to go. We'll see if the defense can stop them here.
Well, nonetheless, a very exciting game. Despite the score being low, very exciting on both ends of the field. The defenses have really come up in every situation, whether it be turnover or stoppage of down. Either or, they've come through. They're playing with their heart. And Freeman trying everything. His receivers just couldn't get open. He scrambled, couldn't get there. But you never know. 2 timeouts left. Let's see what happens.
Well, when we spoke to the defense yesterday, they seem to be the most excited players. And they've shown that in this game. They really wanted to come out and hit some people, and that's what we've seen all game long. This is Winston, and he's going to go to a passing play.
Oh, my God!
Then he has a field wide open to the 40, 35, to the 30, 25, to the 20, 15, 10. He's going to get inside.
I've lost track of turnover count by this point, which is a cool thing to say.
I don't know what the hell happened,
But
because
it's a defensive touchdown after a pick 6 there.
Oh man, I'm sorry.
A lot of
Like I said,
turnovers. There's
I don't
been
know what the hell
sacks.
happened,
There's
'cause
been deflected
it's
passes.
not even anywhere near
There's
me.
been
You know?
coverage jumping. There have been great tackles
Apologize,
behind
man.
the line of scrimmage. The South defense today just played out of their minds.
I don't have an official statistic, but I believe that's the 6th turnover in this game, 3 on each side, all in the form of interceptions. And I believe all 6 of them have come in the second half. So, a very different half. Remember, way back when, the score was 13-3 at halftime, so both teams have only scored 7 points in the second half, but both teams have also combined for 6 turnovers. It's been a lot more action in the second half, not just defensive stops. And we find ourselves a 20-10 game, and the South giveth and taketh away all day long, but they're going to come out on top, and it's the defense leading the way. I mean, it just tremendous performances up and down that South lineup today. We saw Jaden Lopez kind of early leading the way, and then it's just given hand to multiple players here on the defense, just making big play after big play. Haven't been able to get around to all of them. Tony Tolliver had the interception.
Caston there.
That one's going to be caught by the north side. It's garbage time at this point. The clock will continue to run. They'll continue to play because that's what football players do, is not give up. And we have 25 seconds as the clock continues to run. But really strong performance from the South defensive players in particular. Jacarius Caston probably is going to come away with the quote-unquote MVP of this game, I would think. He has 2 interceptions, including a touchdown, and including the interception in the red zone, or in the end zone, that prevented North from winning the game.
Yep.
So
And I think he had a sack earlier too.
I would think he is probably your MVP. A fantastic game, young man out of Mississippi, junior, and but really a strong effort all around. And we are just about final here, as we're down to the final second. It's going to be a catch, and it's going to be the end of the game. So our first game is in the books. It is just short of 1 p.m. Eastern Time. First game is over, and at the end of our juniors and sophomores all-star game, it is the South 20 and the North 10. We'll be with you in about 30 to 40 more minutes for the start of the 7th, 8th, and 9th grade all-stars as they are on the field practicing now. This has been brought to you by NUC Sports Showcase. Once again, 20 to 10 South.
Was that last one a penalty? The pick? The last pick? Was it a penalty?
Yeah.
It looked like it.
Yeah. I think Caston threw him down. Yeah.
Football fans, the next game is middle school.
Oh, really? that was a tough play. Yeah.
Looks like he got it. He got under it a little.
It was yeah. No, it was a lot too.
Right.
Yeah.
If it was a anyway.
It's a good play call. I mean, Bunicci caught the other touchdown. He's a big dude,
Yeah.
but it was weird to
It's all
see
part
him
of the
go
learning.
down like the defender like that.
Jesus.
A little lobbed.
But did you see how the rotation of the Qs went on North? They didn't know who they wanted to go with. Like it was.
It was
that's how
less-
it's going to be like this in the other
Oh, I
games.
know.
Unless they can find.